All right, what is going on, guys? It is time for the Big 12 championship game. Still waiting on Cdogg to get over here. That's okay. He'll probably be here closer to halftime of the first game. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, I've got to go. I've got a special shirt for Cdogg and I that we're gonna wear for this game, and it's actually gonna fit for the first game because they're both orange. Oh, I need to text him too. We need some chips for our buffalo dip. Ooh, me. So we need Texas to win. Step 1 of Georgia and or the SEC getting left out of the playoffs was completed last night. So, Washington beating Oregon, we needed. So that leaves we've got Michigan undefeated, Washington undefeated, Florida State undefeated, and I is there another undefeated team? I don't think so. And then if Bama wins the SEC title, I don't know how Georgia can get in. They'd both have one loss. I mean, that would be something. They'd both have one loss, but Bama would have beat them head to head. But Bama and Texas would have one loss, assuming Texas wins the Big 12, which is what we need to happen. And Texas will have beat them head to head. Both conference champions, but one's beat one head to head. How could you leave Texas out if that's the case? Ooh, it's it's heating up. This is the one of the arguments for a 12 team playoff. Cdogg doesn't like that because that would basically mean Georgia would be in every year. Oh me. The games never start on time, do they? I don't know. I'm not sure what the line on this game is. I would think it's Texas by 4.5 or so. Let's see. See what the line is. Oh, it's football. Dang, it's Texas by 14. Texas favored by 14. Is it just me or does that line seem high? That seems high. Um Obviously we know Georgia's a 4.5 point favorite in Atlanta today for the SEC title game. SMU Tulane. SMU or Tulane's a 3 point favorite. Obviously, SMU next year going to be in the ACC. If you saw my video last night, I don't feel like that's just me. The Pac-12, there will never be another Pac-12 game is sad. Let's see. Louisville, Florida State's basically a pick 'em. Florida State's a 1 point favorite. Michigan, Iowa. Michigan's a 22 point favorite. So that line's moved down. I want to say it opened at like 28 and it's moved down to 22. I feel like I would take Iowa in the points all day. That seems like one of the easiest money bets ever because Iowa's defense is fantastic. How do you expect to beat a team by 22 points that has that good of a defense? And likewise, like I would take Oklahoma State in the 14 points here in the Big 12. I mean, over unders 57 and a half. I don't know about that. I'm pretty bad with over unders. Hold on. I got to get my game watching shirt on. All right. We got our touchdown Tim shirt. It looks like it could be Texas or Oklahoma State. And he sent one for Cdogg too. Now, here's the thing. This shirt is a double X. It feels like a large. Like it's still tight because there's literally zero elasticity in this shirt. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you get everything in life you want. And if you want one of these shirts, you can get one from Touchdown Tim, his WordPress website for like $30. He called out Josh Pate today too. Touchdown Tim did. Josh Pate said, tweeted, I compartmentalize struggle so much. Most of my friends don't even know this full story, but I was evicted with less than $0 to my name as recently as 2019. To folks going through it, keep grinding. And touchdown Tim comments on Pate. He retweets it and comments. Admits to being homeless and a loser and a bum with $0. Then tries to make fun of people on Twitter. Touchdown Tim is a menace. I think we can all admit that Touchdown Tim is the greatest trash talker of all time. I mean, I don't even think that's a controversial statement anymore. Are you filming from the rec pad today? Yeah. Cdogg will be over here probably around halftime of this game. And but yeah, I always film from the rec pad. I'm just in my living room as opposed to the office. Texas loses, Bama. Hearing this destroys Georgia. FSU pulls away for a win. Well, what we need to happen is for Texas to win, because if Georgia gets in, I don't want them to basically have a bye in the first round. So I think Texas could give them a run for their money. But think of this: you've got Michigan undefeated. You've got Washington undefeated, and Florida State undefeated. Texas kicks off, and Oklahoma State's going to return it, and doesn't get back to the 25. If all of those teams win, and Alabama wins, and Texas wins, how could you leave Texas out? Because Texas would have beaten Bama head-to-head, and they're both conference champions. Playoff teams: Michigan, Washington, Texas, Bama. Oh, if you think they were crying after a win against us, let them get left out of the playoffs in that scenario. Oh, Oklahoma State's going to play fake, flushed out of the pocket, throws it away. I like Michigan to win it all. I would like a FSU Michigan championship game. Well, here's the thing, and Cdogg brought this up. If Florida State gets in and they play Georgia and Georgia wins, then Georgia kind of gets a bye because they play Florida State without Jordan Travis. Boy, if Michigan won it all, everyone would be crying. They've cheated, though. 2nd and 10 for Oklahoma State. They're going to throw. Oh, incomplete. Tries to throw across the middle, and he was covered up. How about that Pac-12 championship game last night? I was not thinking too clearly when I did. I scheduled a show last night for like Georgia Tech, grading each position and coach. That was a hell of a game, and I'm heartbroken the Pac-12 is done. Oklahoma State going deep. Incomplete. Tried to make a one-handed circus catch. Couldn't come up with it. Now, if I didn't have anything else to think about, like in my heart of hearts, I'm rooting for Oklahoma State because I like Van Gundy. He has a stage 4 mullet, which is beautiful. And his rant, "I'm a man, I'm 40, is one of the greatest rants in sports history. It's up there with practice. Oh, did they run into the kicker? And there's this is a crazy play. They run in there's running into the kicker possibly, and kick catch interference. It's going to be interesting to see how maybe they just re-kick this. I don't know. Is that T on your hat from the almighty Florida Gators? How does that make sense? I waited to pull this hat out. This hat was kind of brought in the Collins era of Tech, and I had to wait a full season to wear it again. The last time I wore this hat was the video I made fun of Collins. Is that T? You like that hat a lot? Yeah, I couldn't stomach wearing it until we got a full season under our belts without Jeff Collins. All right, Texas will come out. Oh, they're going to throw. Oh, they run a screen, got room. And he'll pick up about 20 on the screen. Texas moving the ball here. Who are your playoff teams as of right now? As of right now, it would be all the undefeated. So Michigan, Georgia, Florida State, Washington. I mean, how could that not be? How could you not have all the undefeateds in? Texas going to run. Pick up about 2 yards. Yeah, I mean, if you're asking me as of right now, before these games are played, you got to have all the undefeateds in. If you're asking who I think will be in after today, that's probably a more interesting question. Bama can't get in without Texas losing. I agree. I agree. That's why we need Texas to win. They're going to throw a little flat, plenty of room to the back, down to the 10-yard line. I like Georgia. This will piss off Georgia fans, but if Tech was able to run that way on Georgia, Texas gonna throw, got a man, touchdown Texas. Texas goes up 6-0. Good play call. I'm assuming they're gonna hit the extra point. If not, I'll change it to 6. But if Tech was able to run that way on Georgia, Bama is infinitely more talented on offense. And I just have a feeling Texas wins today. And that's not even like I'm not Cdogg. I'm not someone who's just gonna pick Georgia to lose every time. That's really what I think. I think Saban's tired of hearing they will hit the extra point. All the Georgia BS. They finally figured out how to use Jalen Milroe. Haynes King was super effective against them. And Alabama has an infinitely better defense than Tech. Tech has one of the worst defenses in all of college football. So I just think I like Bama today. I also think Texas wins. So I think that puts Bama out. So I think Michigan wins today. So Michigan gets in. Washington clinched a berth. So we know. So who do we know is in? Washington's definitely in. I think Michigan wins. Michigan's in. I think Florida State loses. So they're out. So the ACC gets left out. So I guess that's Bama and Texas. Washington, Michigan, Bama, Texas. Is that who you had? Who did you have? Michigan, Washington, Bama, Texas. I wasn't even trying to copy you, but just thinking through it, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't even remember which four you had. I was just thinking through what I think will happen, and yeah, I agree. I think Florida State without Jordan Travis um, does not beat Louisville. Louisville was probably my worst preseason take. I thought Louisville would go like 6-6, struggle to make a bowl with a first year head coach, losing their DC when their defense was really good last year. I thought I was going to be wrong about Colorado. Turns out I wasn't. Coach Prime's an absolute disaster. Kirby's saying they played us light to stay healthy, an obvious lie, but then saying they had to find their identity this year shows that they are weaker than they were the last 2 years. No one predicted Louisville would be this good. That's not true. There were a fair amount of people that weren't Louisville fans that had Louisville in the over. And their over under, I think, was 9 wins. So there were a good amount of people that weren't Louisville fans that had them winning 10 or more games this year. I'm the dummy on that one. Yeah, I mean, I think, first of all, to the Georgia, we were resting, vanilla, blah, blah, blah. Brock Bowers wasn't available. And Kirby said as much. So either Kirby was lying, he said that Brock was as sore as he had been from tightrope surgery that week, including, Oklahoma gets kickoff. They bring it out to about the 26th, Oklahoma State. I think that Georgia just is trying. I mean, I made a whole video about it. They're trying to justify struggling with Tech, and then they'll say, "Oh, well, you're claiming a moral victory." I'm like, "No, I'm not, dummies." I mean, I can be. Look, as bad as Tech is, I can't be happy that they played a competitive game against the #1 team in the country. Go screw yourselves, man. Like these people, they're like Donald Trump. Uh, we're the greatest. No, it was rigged. The refs totally rigged. Oklahoma State are running up the middle for about 2 yards, maybe 3. We ran a vanilla playbook. We were hiding our best. We're gonna have a cyber symposium, okay? Uncle Lou dragged Cdogg on the morning show today. Tell Cdogg to check it out. How did he drag Cdogg? Did he mention me? Oklahoma State running up the middle again. Finds a crease. First down, Oklahoma State. Pick up about 9. What did he say? Leah Pyron, who's Zach Pyron's mom, tweeted "Roll Tide." Oklahoma State on the swing pass for about a yard gain. Well, the thing with Lou is he won't. If like you have a good argument, he'll just pretend you're arguing something else. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like that's not at all what we're saying. So they'll just pretend like that is what we're saying. And he'll completely ignore the fact that his fan base bitched and cried for an entire week. You won't hear him mention that at all. But he can look in my comment section, doing the same thing that he vilifies other fan bases for. 3rd and 6 for Oklahoma State. They'll pass, throw a slant, and pretty physical there. No flag thrown. Oklahoma State's going to have to punt. College football prediction. UGA team gets COVID. Bama forfeits. Michigan wins. Revote because of cheating by proxy of being the last team UGA played. Georgia Tech gets in. Beat Washington. Loses to Texas. Man. All right, they'll punt. Oklahoma State will punt. And Texas will get it on about the 17. I'm going to just start arguing like they do. I'm just going to pretend that they're saying something they're not. and just spam the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, when you go to Thanksgiving dinner and your old ass grandpa can't really hear, so he doesn't really know what you're saying. So what his response is doesn't match up with what you said. That's what arguing with Georgia fans is like. It's just non sequitur, non sequitur. It has nothing to do with what you said. That's why, and I haven't commented on a single Georgia comment in the comment section because I realize there's no point in it. They can't even agree with each other over what happened. One guy commented, well, we ran a vanilla playbook. And I said, yeah, y'all do have a vanilla playbook. And then another Georgia fan comments, we didn't run a vanilla playbook, we ran a reverse. It's a black hole of just stupidity. They'll be crying after today, though. Guarantee you that. And Cdogg and I will be there. My favorite Christmas movie? That's easy. It's a Wonderful Life. It's an old movie, but It's a Wonderful Life is my favorite Christmas movie. I mean, yeah, we can come out and say, look, I'm not claiming a moral victory. We won the game. They were a better team. And they'll say, oh, you're saying moral victory, though. Lick the duck butter off my nuts, Georgia fans. Had a guy tell me that we still run the triple option out of main offense scheme, and that Georgia struggled as all teams do with the triple option. What they're basically saying is, if a team has a good game plan, Georgia struggles against them. Black and white. I prefer the black and white version. Yeah, I mean, Siren, that is a perfect example of why I will no longer engage with them. I mean, it's literally like engaging with Donald Trump. First and 10 for Texas. They'll throw. Got a man in the flat. Oh, first down and way more to the 50, 40, 30. Man, Texas is rolling. I'm just going to start accusing Georgia of cheating. All right, no game for Texas. Be second and 10. Just going to start accusing them of all sorts of craziness. Pretend like they're saying things they're not. I'm gonna play their own game. That looks like Oklahoma State has someone being helped off. That's not good. There's an elephant in the room with them that no one mentions either. Second and 10. Texas will throw. Complete. Looks like to A.D. Mitchell. Pick up about 6. Be about third and 4. Worked for Ohio State. Clearly stole our signs. They were even saying that. It wasn't on one of my videos, but one guy was like, oh, it's like they had our signs. And then another guy commented, now he was joking, another guy seriously commented, well, Buster used to work for us. 3rd and 3, reverse, double reverse pass, touchdown, Texas. What an insane play. They'll go up, assuming they hit the extra point, 14-0. What a play. So they pitch a sweep, reverse it. The guy who gets the reverse pitches it back to the quarterback. It's like the old Philadelphia special, and he throws it for a touchdown. And they will hit the extra point. Texas up, so far covering the spread. Wow. That was something. Adam says, I really want the SEC to be left out of the playoffs. I know it won't happen, but it would be hilarious if it did. It would be. Could I have found shorter shorts? What, can you see my wiener? They're not that short. I mean, if they come down to your knees, it's not like 80s basketball shorts. Sark wants to leave, no doubt. That's probably true. It would look really good for Texas getting into the playoffs, depending on what else happens, if Texas beat them by 30 points. Texas will kick off, and it'll go out the back of the end zone. So with 8:34 left in the first, Texas up 14-0. Yeah, stop looking at my shorts, Slim. And in fact, these are Jesus's shorts. I've got his sandals too. I mean, if you weren't watching during the North Carolina stream, I gave my life to Jesus there because we won. 1st and 10, Oklahoma State will play fake, throw downfield. Oh, that's got to be PI. Yep. Underthrown balls are really difficult to defend. Who's the photo on your shirt? Guys, this is Touchdown Tim. All right? Touchdown Tim sent me and Cdogg a shirt. Touchdown Tim is probably the most reasonable and greatest goated trash talker of all time. He has really good football takes. And since both teams are orange, I thought I would wear this shirt. Oklahoma State will run it up the middle, pick up about 5. Touchdown Tim is also the ultimate ladies' man. Hide your wives, because he'll snatch them up. Oklahoma State going to throw, play fake, throw it downfield again. And he caught that in double coverage somehow. Oklahoma State clawing their way back. No better play in the NFL than a underthrown deep pass. Yeah, because a lot of times the defender will just run over the wide receiver and catch a PI. They'll throw it quick, out, and pick up about 8. Will your dream come true, Georgia Tech Auburn bowl game? There's maybe a 1% likelihood. Most likely we'll go to the Pinstripe Bowl and play Rutgers or Northwestern. I've seen Central Florida in the Gasparilla Bowl in Tampa, and I've seen possibly SMU in the Military Bowl in Annapolis. 2nd and 4, Oklahoma State. They'll run it up the gut, get about 2 yards, be about 2nd and 2 or 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3. They got a true freshman out there, Texas does. Wow. 3rd and 2. Oklahoma State trying to get back in this thing. And they'll play fake, swing it out, and they'll pick it up and then some. It'll be 1st and goal. Oklahoma State mounting a little bit of an early comeback here. 6:30 to go in the first. I guess I should have 0 here. What's the temp in Georgia? I think it's like 50 something. 1st and goal, Oklahoma State. They'll pitch it. Nothing there. He makes something out of it. He might pick up about a yard there. Let's see what the temperature is. No, it's 63 right now. It's 63 in Smyrna, Georgia, which is on the west side of Atlanta. Not to be confused with Smyrna, Tennessee. Though I will say this, I like Tennessee, and like if there was nothing tying me down here, like if I didn't have a kid or anything, I would probably move to Tennessee. Wet and rainy 60 here in Dahlonega. I've lived in Dahlonega as well. Dahlonega is a really, really nice town to live in. Dahlonega, you're not far from Helen. You're up in the mountains. If there's a chance for snow in the state, you'll get it most likely. What's the highest point in Georgia elevation wise? I think it's Brasstown Bald. Dahlonega, that's Lumpkin County. When I officiated basketball, we had I called several games for that high school. Those were fun days. You don't see many fat basketball officials. You kind of have to be able to run a little bit. Probably be better for my health if I still called some games. Oh, you go to North Georgia. Okay. I went to North Georgia actually before I went to Tech, right when they merged with Gainesville State. I don't know if you've had to have any physics classes, KS, but I remember I had Formica, Richard. There was a white guy named Richard Pryor, that was the department head. Dr. Spraker was excellent. I had him for quantum. That was a crazy class. If you want to get all twisted in the head, take a course in quantum mechanics. Yeah, yeah. Whitest guy you'll ever meet. He was hilarious too. You didn't have to take physics? Well, that stinks. I only went to tech, avoided the hell out of tech physics, did not want to fail. Tech's physics is not on par with the rest of their engineering stuff. I didn't take physics at Tech. I took it at UNG, like degreed in physics. And that actually really helped for like electrical because there's a lot of like solid state physics in electrical engineering. So I was kind of ahead of the curve a little bit. It didn't help a ton though. Did he joke about his name? No. I think he went by Dick anyway. with an econ degree. It was a weird tech student. I was a weird tech student. Econ's a great degree. Oh, they're gonna throw the fade here. Oh, he almost caught that. That was really good defense by Texas there. Not to draw a PI and just stay in between him and another underthrown ball. Are you a Keynesian guy? Are you a Marxist? Third and goal for Oklahoma State. Oh, touchdown. They'll throw it quick there. Oklahoma State gets on the board. All right. Texas has a left-footed kicker. Christian or Cdogg just. Are you watching on a TV, ABC or Hulu or something else? I'm YouTube TV. YouTube TV. I got it because Hulu doesn't carry CW, and a lot of the Tech games were on there, unfortunately. Oklahoma State will hit the extra point. I took econ at Tech though, and one of the weirdest economic trends to me is generally things fit that price demand curve, right? The more in demand something is, the higher someone will pay for it, and the higher something costs, the least likely people are to buy it. Except luxury goods. Luxury goods are more sought after the more expensive they are. Like Apple's kind of fallen into that, where people like, oh, I've got a MacBook and it costs an arm and a leg, but it's worth it. No, it's not. Apple products are garbage, especially computers. Everyone should take a macro econ course. It was so interesting. Yeah. Another one, Tragedy of the Commons, I thought was kind of cool. Where like the common example is if you all are like farmers and have cattle on the same land, and it has a carrying capacity of like 100 cattle, and you add one more, you all share in the consequences. So you're incentivized to be an asshole, basically. New Keynesian. I work for some of the local EMCs. Agree on the Apple products. Don't know why anyone buys them. What EMC are you with? Are you with Cobb EMC? Jackson EMC? Little secret. I'm pretty familiar with them. All right, Oklahoma State's going to kick off. It'll be short. Texas will return. And he won't get back to the 25, it doesn't look like. People need to understand basic demand supply concepts. Most people don't understand that. I don't see how you couldn't. I mean, it's kind of self evident. The group of biggest members are snapping and central. Okay. Cobb was a former member of the group, but they left long before I was employed. Okay. Texas will run it, finds a crease, picks up about 6. Only 20% of the population has a bachelor's degree. Of the population of the United States, that's kind of surprising to me. Second and 4 for Texas. 4:50 to go in the first. They'll play fake, throw it quick out to the flat, and he's got a lot of room. Almost brings it out to midfield. I'll tell you something else that's crazy since you work for an EMC. Square root of -1, we call an imaginary number, right? I. In electrical engineering, you call it J because I is reserved for current. And you're like, how could that ever be useful? Why would you ever need to know that? Well, you can't define an electrical signal without that. You define it in terms of things in the imaginary plane. 1st and 10 for Texas. They'll run it up the gut again, and he got another crease. 1st down, Texas. All right. And especially with industrial settings, you build based on the imaginary component of that signal. All right. It's power factor. They tend to be more capacitively loaded. Oh, Texas throws it quick again, picks up another 5. So they're literally built on an imaginary thing. Now, I think that's a bad term, imaginary number. But anyways. Actually, my stat was old. The percentage of people with bachelor's degree is around 37.7. Oh, man, Texas throws it again. Every time I look up, they're gaining a ton of yardage. They probably picked up 20 there. Man, a lot of offense in this first quarter. What up, Colby? Also, for each energized component you have, KS, like a capacitor, an inductor, whatever, you automatically have a first order differential equation to solve, to figure out what's going on, and the order increases with each component. So if you have an inductor and a capacitor, you have a second order differential. Delayed my graduation date to take a full-time job this fall. That's what's up. That's what's nice about tech. Um, their job opportunities and like co-ops and things that they can get you in is bar none. It's excellent. That I don't know if they still have it. When I was there, they had something called vertically integrated programs, which is like a project. It's almost like a work thing. You don't get paid for it, but every interview I've ever had, like they could care less about my GPA. They want to know about that kind of stuff. What's with the hat? I haven't broke this out since the Collins era. This was a hat that Collins brought in. Texas play fakes. Ewers flushed. Still on his feet. Throws. Completed. And they'll come close to picking up the first. But yeah, it's a tech hat. It kind of looks like Tennessee if it was a different color. My dad made the horrible choice of going to tech, making me a tech fan for life. Hoping he can help me get into the MBA program. 2nd one, Texas will run. Pick up the first and a good bit more. It'll be 1st and goal for Texas with 2:35 left in the first. UGA can't come up with a good chant to yell, and it'd be too complicated for the fan base. Texas runs again, picks up a few. So the school just decides to have the fans bark at everyone. I'll be honest with you, I don't really understand the barking. Like, we don't buzz at each other. I tell you what would be cool if you started the dodgeball thing. Like, if you had a school tradition where you. Is there a Cobras? Is that someone have a mascot of the Cobras? 2nd and goal for Texas. Play fake. Throw the slant. Yeah, that's definitely PI. He had his arms wrapped all over him. Huh. So it'll be like first and goal from the 2, I guess, something like that. Yep, if that's not, well, yeah, I mean, he definitely held him up there. All right, first and goal from the 2 for Texas. They're in the I. Play fake, wide open. Touchdown, Texas. They throw it to Refrigerator Perry. This guy looks like he's about 6'7", 400. They just threw it to. It looked like PI in real time, which was all that really matters. Who is this guy they threw it to? God almighty. He looks like he's a defensive tackle. 93. All right. Texas looks like they're going to go up 21 nothing. And they will. They'll hit the extra point. Texas goes up 21-7 with 141 to go in the first. The lineman did the Heisman pose. Hell, I would too. There's not many people that are fatter than me, but he is, and he caught a touchdown, so more power to him. What's going on, Andrew? We don't buzz at each other, but should we? No, we should not. Can you imagine how dumb I would feel every time I saw a Tech fan buzzing at him? Oh, what's going on, man? Buzz, 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 buzz. Yeah, buzz. That would be that would be stupid. Just relaxing, feeling like shit. Well, that's what happens when you start getting older like us. Relaxing starts to feel like shit. Cdogg was right. This guy is a left-footed kicker, and I hate it. Left-handedness is the devil. All right, Texas will kick it off, and no return. Oklahoma State will take it at the 25. It's sinister. I'll tell you this: when I was at Tech, um, there obviously there's a lot of Asians. This girl that was a TA was from China. I noticed she wrote left-handed, and I said something about it, and she said, "Oh yeah, I couldn't do this in China. Like they'll beat you for being left-handed." Oklahoma State will run it, and they'll take a yard loss. I was like, "Dang, that's pretty rough." A lot of Asians, yeah. I bet half or more of the student population is Asian at Tech. Oklahoma State, they'll play fake, throw it, and pick up the first. Oklahoma State rolling as well. All right, first and 10, Oklahoma State. Play fake, throw the slant, incomplete. No flags. Second and 10. I'm fatter than you? Hell no, you're not, Colby. I've seen you before, but I'm doing P90X next month. Are you 240, 250? Oklahoma State throws it deep. He's got a man, overthrows him. Man, I bet he wishes he had that one back. Had a man in single coverage running a fly, and I just overthrew him. He also has an absolutely despicable mustache, which I think might have to do with that overthrow. I can't believe you think that you're fatter than me, Colby. We're going to have a fat off, I guess. We'll see who's fatter. Can you eat an entire tub of Bluebell ice cream without even thinking about it and then have diarrhea for a week? I'd do it on the reg. Third and 10. Oklahoma State going to throw. He's got time. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off. No, he throws at the last minute. Complete. Was he beyond the line of scrimmage? I guess not. What a conversion on 3rd and 10 for Oklahoma State. My mom stopped short of beating me to make me right-handed. If you're a pitcher, it's nice to be left-handed. Other than that, I hate when you bump my elbows and we have to sit next to each other at the dinner table. Oklahoma State will throw again. Oh, that was a dangerous throw. Kind of threw a corner, and there was a Texas defender right in the flat underneath it. 3 seconds to go in the first. Second and 10. Oklahoma State will be the last play of the quarter. Play fake again, throw it out quick. Breaks one tackle, picks up about 6. So that'll end the quarter. Texas up 21-7. Couldn't find a right-handed slide rule. Slide rule? How old are you, man? I actually have a slide rule. Just because I thought it was cool. I have no idea how to use it. Tebow is a southpaw. Well, I think Mick and Rocky had it right. If you hit that bag with your left hand, I'm gonna cut it off. Rocky was a southpaw, and he didn't care much about defense, did he? How many times did he get hit in the face throughout that Rocky series? 10,000? Double E 72. Okay. I didn't know you were double E. Man. So what, you used Fortran or something? Was Fortran the language back then? COBOL? Way back in the day. Did y'all have like MOSFETs and stuff in 72? I tell you, the cool thing we had was, Algol. Okay. Uh, which I know y'all didn't have was FPGAs, field programmable gate arrays. Are pretty cool. Justin Bieber is a southpaw. Well, if I could like Justin Bieber any less, you've accomplished that for me. Tom Cruise is a southpaw. I didn't know that, and I'm usually pretty good at picking up on that. I picked up that Haynes King is left-handed but throws right-handed. What Rec just said, but apply it to Tom Cruise. Keanu Reeves gets a pass. What did I just say to apply to Tom Cruise? Oh, if you could like Tom Cruise any less. Vacuum tubes, beginning transistors. Wow. So did y'all make gates, like an AND gate and an OR gate, out of vacuum tubes? Did y'all even do that? You had to have. Yeah, you had to have. AND OR, NOR, XOR. You had to be able to do logic with vacuum tubes, I assume. Inverter. So I mean, that took up a ton of room then. You were probably in labs that were very hot with vacuum tubes. Seth Rogen is a southpaw. Most presidents are southpaws. Bill Clinton, uh, Obama. Well, they're interviewing Van Gundy. What I don't like for quarterbacks, if your quarterback throws left-handed, the ball rotates counterclockwise, and your receivers have to get used to that. It feels different when you're catching. All right, 3rd and 4. Oklahoma State's going to throw. They throw deep into triple coverage, and it's picked off. Picked off on like the 3. Wow. Not good. Not good for Oak State. Labs were brutal. Labs are always brutal. I don't care what major you're in. If you have a class that has a lab attached to it, you hate your life. The labs I had at Tech, especially for like micro electronic circuit analysis, I think that was 3072. It was billed at an hour. The lab met for 3 hours, and you never finished the lab in that 3 hours. Not fun. I remember having a lab. It was like the first capacitor circuit thing we did, and those are energized, so you'll get some sort of waveform out of it, even if you don't have power connected to it. 1st and 10 for Texas. They'll run it right off tackle. Good gain, picks up about 7. So I had a guy named Dr. Brewer. Dr. Brewer had been there so long, Power Tech, he might have been there when you were there. He'd been there for like 50 years. And the waveform wasn't looking right. Like a capacitor waveform should charge up and then discharge quickly. 1st down, Texas. Pick up about 7 again. But it looked all wonky. And so I called Brewer over. I was like, hey, man, I don't know what's going on. And he just turned on the power supply and walked off. And I felt dumber than I ever had up to that point, which was hard to do. But he accomplished that. 1st and 10 for Texas, 13:50 to go for the half. They're going to go in an empty set. They'll throw a little bit of pressure, throws downfield, almost picked. Leads them too much to the inside. I built air quality sensing units. That's what I did. Which was cool because I got to work with this guy, Dr. Huey, who was like an expert in atmospheric sciences. So 2nd and 10, they'll run it up the middle. They'll take about a yard loss or no gain. So the cool thing with that is you can hit particles of like atmosphere with photons, and then you look at the refraction pattern, and you can tell what kind of particle it is. That's how they map DNA too. They did it the same way. You hit it with stuff and then look at the refraction pattern and get an idea of what the structure looks like. 3rd and 10 for Texas. Deep downfield, got a man wide open. Complete to A.D. Mitchell, and he's off to the races to the 20. Trips. Was he down to the 15 or so? Wow. The turf monster did get him. A.D. Mitchell, where'd he play before? What a catch and what a move. All right, I'll throw it out to the flat. Pick up about 6. We get a DC. All right. Texas will run it. And they'll pick up the first and a touchdown. About 4 missed tackles there. Man, Texas making a case, aren't they? This is what we needed to happen. Basic function calculators were becoming affordable my senior year. Computer calculations were on punch cards. Dang. Now, yeah, now you have graphing calculators. And people have told me, like, oh, well, you can just, like, that has memory. You can save whatever you want on there. Texas will hit the extra point. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Most tests I had at Tech, you got to have a cheat sheet, and you could literally put anything you want on an 8 by 11 sheet of paper. Didn't help that much. Like, tests were like 4 questions, and people were like, oh, well, 4 questions, that must not be that bad of a test. If you have a 4-question test at like that level, you're in for a rough time. I can guarantee you that. If you don't know how to do one, best you can do is a 75, and you ain't gonna get 100% on the remaining 3 questions. I made a 42 on a test that curved to a B. I was like, man, I still didn't know like 58% of the material. And that prepared me for life. When you can take it on the chin like that and keep moving and not walk in front of a train, you're ready to be a Tech fan. It was great. If I gave anyone advice for college, because most of the time, like everyone hates group work or teamwork, that's all your career is going to be. If you can't work in a team, then you're kind of boned. I nearly got ran. Is that over or off on campus? Fun times. It's changed a lot. They're always building stuff. Whatever the latest comment is, they always have this little heart in the bottom right corner of the chat, which is the stupidest thing ever. Whoever created that heart and decided to place it right there where I can't see one of the words in the latest chat should be shot, along with the guy that came up with stucco ceilings. Um, and that cheap ice cream that comes in a huge bucket, plastic bucket that's super cheap. All of them can go. In some cases, you do all the work but still call it teamwork. Well, is that not much like careers a lot of times? You're pulling the team up, and most large companies are not going to fire anyone because they're afraid of a wrongful termination lawsuit. So they just get to stay there and be a bunch of turds. Yeah, get used to that too. It was my fault. Forgot to look before I walked into the road. In my defense, it was 8 a.m. and I drove an hour to class. Rough. God, that was like an 80. He threw that from the 15. And yeah, it was like an 80-yard pass. I don't know what happened there. They weren't looking. Had Parrish, Hurd, Moab. If Bama wins and Texas win, Bama still gets in the playoffs. I don't see how that couldn't be the case. How could you have two conference champions, one beat one head to head, and leave the one that lost or put the one that lost in? I don't see how that would make any sense. I agree with that. First and 10, Oklahoma State. They'll run it up the middle, pick up about 4 because ratings. That is true. The older I get, the more cynical I am. And when there's money to be made, tomfoolery will follow. I guarantee you that. And I'm not like that's not me taking a dig at Alabama's fan base at all. I'm just it is what it is. Second and 6. Oklahoma State will run it up the middle again. Gets met at the line. Somehow picks up about a yard or two out of that. 10:50 to go in the second. Be third down. 3rd and 4 for Oklahoma State. They got to score here to stay in it. They're already down 3 scores. Texas shows blitz but doesn't. Ton of pressure. Incomplete. 4th and 4. The committee's interests are not aligned with putting the 4 most deserving teams in. Yeah, but honestly, these things are hard to define. What does most deserving mean? That's why it should have like clear metrics, like the 4 highest ranked teams with the best record or something like that, or conference champion, whatever you want to say. Pretty good punt there. Put him back inside the 20. Man, this Oklahoma State guy just threw his helmet down. He's jacked up. He's yelling. Looks like he's about to assault a cameraman. People are trying to calm him down like, hey, man, you look like you're about to kill somebody. You think you might want to, I don't know, here's some morphine, man. Chill out. They don't have enough room for both Bama and Texas. Washington, FSU, and Michigan win. They're in. Probably. 1st and 10 for Texas. They'll run it up the middle. He gets met. Maybe a yard gain. $10 to go until halftime. Man, I love Gundy. 2nd and 9, Texas on their own 18. They'll throw. Got some pressure. Ewers steps up, takes off running, pick up about 4. Third and 6 for Texas. Oklahoma State needs a stop. They need to score before halftime. Bring this back to a 2-score game. 3rd and 6 for Texas. From about the 21, their own 21. We'll throw. A little bit of pressure. Complete. First down. About a 15-yard pickup. 9 minutes to go before half. Well, they're showing they're in cover 3, straight zone. Linebacker just didn't come over quick enough in the curl spot. Play fake. Texas throws. Complete. Makes a move. Makes a man miss. Picks up about 20. Man, Texas can't be stopped. There's a flag, though. What's the flag? What is the flag? Holding, Texas. All right, well, that helps Oklahoma State's cause a little bit. Well, it'll be 1st and 20. Wait, WWE is sponsoring the Big 12 championship? I didn't know that. 1st and 20 for Texas. Play fake. They'll throw it quick to the back. God, he picks up about 13 or so. What's it going to be? 8:10 to go before half. I guess Texas is back. Nah, touchdown Tim says that the U is back. All right, 2nd and 10. So he picked up 10. Running up the middle, he gets met. Probably about a yard loss. It's going to be 3rd down. Probably 3rd and 11. 3rd and 13. Man, he lost more than I thought. Maybe a favorable Oklahoma State spot there. Texas will throw. Intercepted! Oh, and he might go all the way down to the 4. Who called it? The Adam called it. Oklahoma State needs a turnover or something to swing momentum. Nearly a pick 6. Let's see what Ewers saw here. Trying to throw the drag, and there's a linebacker right in the middle of the field. I mean, if he didn't put his hands up, the ball would have hit him in the face mask. Wow. All right, well, they got to punch it in here. You can't settle for a field goal. 7:06 to go before half. First and goal, Oklahoma State after a huge interception. They'll run it, and they'll pick up 2, maybe. Yard and a half. They're fist fighting in there. Giving them the business. Yeah. Good call, Adam. That was, you're like a prophet. Oh, me. All right. Oh. They'll shift and some cockamamie go empty set. Quarterback draw, and he's short. There's a flag, too, which is most likely holding. That's killer if that's true. Prior to the snap, false start. Oh, that'll back him up 5. That's killer. You can't have that. So what's it going to be, third and goal from the 8 or something? Or 2nd and goal from the 8? 6:20 to go before half. All right, 2nd and goal from the 7. They'll shift again. They'll throw. They bring a ton of pressure. He throws it up. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Tell you what, Oklahoma State ain't giving up. They ain't giving up. So pending the extra point, man, a lot of offense. We got 42 points in the first half. $5:50 to go before halftime. And they'll knock it through. 28-14, Texas up in the Big 12 championship over Oklahoma State. Wow. What? So I can't hear the TV. What was that Oklahoma State player so pissed about? Why'd he throw his helmet on the ground? What'd you do that for? I saw that filler threw his helmet down. Said, what'd you do that for? Said he was real mad. All right. Well, thus far, we've had some pretty exciting conference championship games. Like I said, the Washington Oregon game. A lot of people had Oregon, including me. I just thought it was tough to beat the same team twice when you're both top five teams. And Washington did it. And touchdown Tim called people out. Someone must have been an Oregon fan saying, "Man, we blow out all these teams all year. Washington struggles with teams all year, beating them by a field goal, and they're still going to get in the playoffs." And touchdown Tim just said, "If they beat y'all for a third time, is that what it would take to convince you Washington's better than Oregon?" For all of the silliness and craziness that touchdown Tim says on the internet, the dude does know football. And he will make some good arguments from time to time. That's why I love him. Oh, Cdogg here? All right, I got to go let Cdogg in. Time to let Cdogg in. Cdogg, Las Vegas. Where's my keys? All right, I got to find my keys, fellas. Where'd I put these things?
picture and send it because he's been asking. I'm like, I don't like that. This is something French.
Yeah. Plenty of room. All right. The great Cdogg is here.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Right on.
Texas just score again.
Did they?
They're down in the red zone, or let's like something in goal. Dang, he trucked the shit out of this guy, dude. Look at this. I don't know if you can see. Look at that.
Yeah, I can see more.
Dang. All right, 2nd and 4 for Texas. Ewers rolls out, throws, had him. That would have been a touchdown, but he overthrew him. Be 3rd and 4.
You got.
Yes.
Okay. I should have asked.
No, I got ice.
Okay.
What will happen? Yeah, in the cabinet adjacent to the fridge.
Excellent.
Nobody's leaving the ACC anytime soon. Yeah, I did a video last night after like I'm just saying like you've got to start addressing people's grievances before you get anywhere close to 2036.
Riding out.
Touchdown Texas. Touchdown Texas. Man, what do we have now? 48 first half points scored. Golly.
There you go. I thought I stole this stuff. I don't know. What's over here?
Oh, appreciate it. We got the man here.
Hey, everybody.
Now say it like you always say it.
Hey, everybody. What's going on?
Looks like you got whiskey in there.
I got sweet tea.
Whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, those oak. So there's a like pub right next to my building, and for whatever reason, there's a congregation of Oklahoma State fans.
I can't think of a more random, like team to have a stronghold in that bar.
Yeah, well, I probably shouldn't say the name of it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird. I saw someone with an Alabama shirt on.
Well, they're probably not having a great time today. They were the other day. Oh yeah.
I watched it, dude.
Awesome.
This thing has no give. I said it's a double
Really?
X. It feels kind of like an extra large because it's not elastic at all.
Aw. I'm gonna have to. I gotta take a picture
No.
and send it to.
Take your shirt off on stream, dude. Oh, dude, you got the Robin Williams thing going on. You got some hair on that chest. It does, but it's like a little
Yeah.
bit. What grit sandpaper? Like 120 grit? Would you say?
No, this is the utmost quality one. The U is back. Oh yeah.
Dude, this is the best stream ever.
This is.
I went out, I had to let him in, and I had to wait, a few minutes. And so people are just walking by me wearing this thing. I'm sure they think I'm some kind of weirdo. What is this guy?
I'll get a picture when he gets here. And we'll send it to him.
Tim will be over the moon.
He's been wondering how. He's been wondering how it's gonna.
I don't need to mention Cdogg's chest hair? Why? What's wrong with that, dude? Like when you're close friends with somebody, that's the kind of things that you pick up on.
I got candy.
Woo!
I didn't wind up getting the gas station ones. I got the fancy Publix ones.
Do you like my Georgia Tech tree?
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that too. That's freaking awesome.
I should show the people my Georgia Tech tree.
I want to do that too.
Wrong way.
I've got a ton of one, Georgia Tech one accumulated over the years, and
Look at that beautiful tree. Please don't stop the music.
are you already doing your dip?
No, I was going to do it at half.
Okay.
I didn't want it to be all burnt.
Yeah.
I just showed you. Slim says he won an argument with Touchdown Tim. There ain't no way in hell.
You did not.
Don't lie, dude. Don't be lying up in this stream. All right, Oklahoma State's going to return it from their own end zone and stuff. They don't even make it back to the 20s. Oh, there's a flag. Probably unnecessary roughness. Maybe a hold. What? Cdogg says you're capping, Slim. Slim says he's got receipts. Can you text them to me so I can read this? Can you screenshot the exchange so I can read it on the stream? Because I think that would be fun. Face mask. Okay, so. Dude, when you give up 35 points in a half, it's not good. Yeah, text me the receipt.
35-14. How about that? Let's see.
All right. 1st and 10 instead of from the 15 from their own 31 thanks to the penalty, Oklahoma State. Play fake. He'll roll out, throw. Nice completion. Man, Texas has like 350 yards of offense with 1:50 to go in the half.
Richard Lely says he wants me and Coach Key.
Second one. Another completion.
And you and Tantor to race in the Slob Olympics. If we could get Coach Key to come to the Slob Olympics, that would be incredible.
I would dust all of you anyway.
You would dust Coach Key?
Yeah, dude.
And he says that he says of course though that he would beat all of us because he ran a 4.56 in high school.
I don't believe that.
And he could dunk a basketball.
I can dunk on Lely. That's all that really matters. Is this a fumble? So he took like a step. So boom. One step. I think that's a fumble.
For sure.
Yeah, he secured it. Wow.
Yeah.
Who do you have win the SEC championship? Alabama.
Alabama, baby.
And I told them, like, I'm not you, and I'm not just saying, like, this is not a thing. Like, I really think Alabama wins today.
I do too. I don't just say it. Alabama's the better team by far.
And I said, look, if Tech can run all over them with far inferior talent to Bama,
Jalen Milroe is.
He's more athletic than King.
He's gonna run. He's gonna tear their ass up. I'm not playing. I guess.
Oh, B. Bean said that Lou was shitting on you in the morning show.
Oh yeah, probably because of the stream last night. God dang, Jace came on. I love that guy, but damn it, when he said, he was like, yeah, Georgia game was my last game. We were both like, oh, and then he was like, it's okay, it's the best loss I've ever been to. I was like, no.
You guys got to give us something to work with here.
I was like, don't say that. And of course,
but he was just saying that you were claiming a moral victory.
I'm not claiming a moral victory. I did say that in my video. I don't know.
Well, here's my thing. Like, when you are where Tech is right now and you play well and lose, can you not be like, well, at least we played well? Like, that's not a moral victory.
You can say that when you're looking at where we are as a program and at the game, you know?
Yeah.
That's all I was saying. All I was saying in my video, because it's caused quite a bit of controversy. People have gone on to me. I'm not like happy that we only lost by whatever. Of course, I want to win. I'm just tired of it when people come on there and they're like, "Well, no moral victories. We're not happy about the loss. Blah blah blah." But, and then they go on to explain why it's a moral victory. It's like, no. If you're gonna do that, then I'm just going to go ahead and call it a moral victory. But, I mean, I'm not celebrating it. All I'm doing is making fun of Georgia fans because they thought, because they thought that they would blow us out, blah, blah, blah. Then they start making a million excuses. So.
Well, I don't feel like he's arguing with us. Like, he won't admit that his fan base
He won't.
is acting like a bunch of idiots bitching about the refs.
And he didn't either. He came on in the post game and he was like, Georgia Tech played good and pushed us around up front. He did what we should have done, but now he won't admit that the other Georgia fans are saying that. And,
so, like, you're not arguing with us. And to lose credit, yeah, he didn't do that. And I'm not claiming he did do that either. All right, here's the exchange. I don't know what the first thing is. At least pay attention. Matt Lee's helmet broke, and after the high snap, they wanted him back in. So, yes, the 2 timeouts suck, but sometimes shit happens. Then Touchdown Tim responds to Slim. All right, Slim Shady. How about you turn off the Eminem trailer park music blasting in your ears, and maybe you'll clear your head enough to understand Mario is a problem. Slim, it doesn't matter what follows this.
It sounds like you got owned to me, but I don't know.
So Slim responds to him, open your eyes, put on those Coke bottle bifocals. I haven't heard the term bifocals in a while, so kudos to Slim for that. And watch what's happening, and maybe you won't look around, so won't look so ignorant. And then Tim says, speaking of Coke, how about you stop snorting it?
Sounds like you're getting owned, Slim. I wouldn't go around bragging about this.
And maybe you'll see Mario as a clock management disaster. Just take the knee.
Tim's right, too.
He is right.
You guys hired a terrible football coach.
Oregon is way better without him. Are they not?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Slim says, nobody said he wasn't. But if all you focus on is bad, all you see is bad. Like I said in the beginning, the timeouts suck, but sometimes shit happens. Just look at the thing on your face as proof. All right, that's a pretty good jab. And then Tim says, Cristobal clock management 101, waste 2 timeouts in the third quarter. Like, he's making good points. 2nd and 9.
He knows ball.
Texas incomplete. Then some other guy comes in. I mean, this is unfurling.
Yeah.
Mr. Marrero.
This is the great part about Twitter is that random people can just jump in on an argument.
Hey!
That's my favorite part about Twitter. I'll do it too. I'll jump in. I'll see Tech fans arguing with some people and I'll jump in.
It was not his fault and called the timeouts at the right time. So this guy coming in for the L. One was confusing on subbing players out. Has nothing to do with clock management. And then, touchdown Tim's going to dunk on that. Always an excuse. Just a coincidence the guy who made the worst clock management decision in the history of football and blows timeouts too early every single game just happened to need 2 timeouts on the same drive in the third quarter. I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not.
And then Slim says, at least pay attention. Matt Lee's helmet broke, and after the high snap, they wanted him back in, so yes. All right. Well, let's take a vote in the chat. Let's see.
I know who I'm voting for. I wouldn't go around bragging about that, Slim.
I can't do it from OBS. I'll have to do it over here. So, let's start a poll. Who won the Twitter exchange?
You know what we need? You know what,
Slim or Tim?
Slim or Tim.
Start poll.
You know what we need is one of those, like, food warmer things.
We do.
Like for the chicken or something. I should get one of those for the man cave.
It's got like a little butane burner thing, and then like
it keeps it. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the hood that keeps it warm, like they got at the store, right? I need to get one of those.
who won that exchange?
I'm gonna cast my vote now.
You guys cast your votes. Who won the Twitter exchange between Slim and Tim?
Well, Tim is taking a commanding lead.
Texas picks up about 5 yards with 45 seconds to go in the half.
Slim's only vote being from himself.
Speaking of Coke, why don't you stop snorting it? Oh, man.
Oh, that's funny.
My life will be complete if we can one day have this guy on the
This
show.
is hilarious. This lady, dude, Tim is off the chain on Twitter. This lady says, Penix gets a lot of attention for the deep balls. Blah, 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 blah. That's all you need to know. He says, you are very beautiful. Kind of liking seeing a beautiful woman talking about a Penix with deep balls. This guy just replied and said, beast mode.
And then someone else just said, shaking my head.
That's the lady.
Dude.
That's the lady.
This guy. I said hide your wives, man. Like, this guy knows what he's doing.
He is beast
Is he
mode.
got Riz?
He's got Riz.
Oh, crap.
Oh, my God, man.
Second and 5 for Texas. I'm sorry, this exchange is more interesting than the Big 12 championship has been.
Yeah, this is a blowout. This game sucks.
They'll play fake. Might have got away with a hold there. Throw it in the end zone. No, way out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. All right. 10 votes. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Tim with 8 votes to Slum's 2.
Wow.
Absolutely trounced, routed.
Slim voted for himself and then used his troll account to cast another vote. Damn.
Slim, the people have spoken.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
People have spoken. 3rd and 5, incomplete. Texas will settle for a field goal. KS says Slim got cooked like a burnt toast. Dang. I think we'll have a postseason accolade for best trash talker, and I can't think of anyone more fitting than Touchdown Tim.
Touchdown Tim, he takes the cake for sure.
In the inaugural year.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna go for it. 4th and 5 on their on Oklahoma State's 21. Oklahoma State has some fat dude. He had to eat a Subway sandwich. He finally got on the field.
Didn't
See,
Texas
this
have
is
a big-
BS too. The play clock runs out because they have to wait
What?
on the defense to sub.
Are you kidding me?
So can we talk about this, guys? There needs to be a rule that if you sub and take so long that you force a delay a game on the offense, like there needs to be some rule.
I've actually seen that a couple times this year, and it's
Yeah.
like, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
You know?
This is like Bill Belichick stuff,
Yeah.
like taking advantage of
Yeah.
that.
It's like, why wouldn't you? You know? It's such a middle finger.
And it forces them to kick a field goal. Like,
It's such a middle finger. It's like, yeah. I texted you about this guy he kicks left-footed.
the kickoff guy does.
Kickoff guy.
And he missed it.
Hooks it.
He missed it left.
That's how you get came back on.
Coffee Killer has a good point. It should be a delay a game on the D. Like, you should have your substitutions in within 10 seconds of the play clock.
Mm-hmm. Brett.
Hooked it like Slim did his argument with Touchdown Tim. Rough.
Ouch.
Get sorry.
Going to halftime? Or what?
Was that the half?
I thought it was on halftime already.
No, there's like
came
20
up
seconds.
with the halftime report a second ago. I thought it was already
A
halftime.
guy named Auburn committed to Texas? Damn. 26 seconds left, 1st and 10.
Right. They got 3 timeouts.
All right, he's got time. Throws it short. That's no good. doesn't get a first either. They're going to have to burn a
I
timeout.
don't know.
Timeout.
What are you doing? Oh,
What
they're going, hurry up.
That's stupid. So they waste all that time. Is this Mario Cristobal coaching Oklahoma State?
Sometimes it's like I don't understand why they do this. Sometimes they'll like it's like are you in or out? Are you trying to get points before the half or not? You know, sometimes they'll like screw around, burn a little clock, maybe run a play, see how it goes.
Yeah.
Like decide whether you're gonna, because then you just wasted a ton of time. When did they call the timeout? They're looking at it now, of when they called the timeout.
I don't even see where the coach is.
What is going on here?
Oh, this is on that delay of game.
Oh.
So look at this. They don't send the guy in. Let's see. Until 11 seconds to go on the play clock.
He's like, hey man. Oh, okay, thanks. See ya.
All right, and he's like, "Hey, slow up, dude."
That is funny. They literally had no time. That's such a middle finger. That was perfectly executed too.
Second and 1, he's got time. Throws it on the flat. 12 seconds left.
They waste all that time. That's
Yeah,
stupid,
like
man.
if you're gonna call a timeout, immediately call the timeout. You don't let 8 seconds run off the clock.
Now it doesn't matter that they got 2 timeouts.
Yeah, they only got 2 plays left anyway.
And they're at the 40.
So he's got to throw this about as far as he can throw it and try and get in field goal range. He's going to run the whole clock out here.
Yeah. What are you doing? 4
He
seconds.
Gibsoned it.
Gibson.
He's Zach Gibson.
There's 3 seconds left. That was bad though. You need to throw it up at that point. I mean, you wasted all this time.
Yeah, if it's picked off, who gives a crap?
Yeah. My stats.
I bet they run it here. Just based on how this drive's going.
It out. Just knee it at halftime. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to knee it. I think Texas should substitute.
I was about to say that.
All right. And that'll be the half. All right, we got some buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, I got to make some cartel dip. I need to grill up the like a pan I can use to cook the beef.
Do you want
What? Just whatever I can.
that's a lot of people.
Okay. Check.
All right, you do the rotel dip. I'll talk to people and we'll switch out.
Sure. Was I supposed to stay there?
No, you're good. You're good. Is Texas back for real now? Looks like it thus far.
Hey, the chips have fallen so that the SEC can get left out. Now we just need Alabama to win, Michigan and Florida State to win. The SEC could be left out.
Would Georgia then claim a season moral victory?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. They're
Hate
losing
to see it.
They're losing anyway. Today. So. But it would be even funnier if the SEC got left out. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
That would be great. And then I want Washington to win it all.
Yeah. Just how fun would a freaking playoff without SEC teams be?
And a dead conference's championship team wins it. Yeah. In Texas.
How could you possibly justify putting
Assuming they win, and we talked about this before you got here. They're both conference champions. Yeah. They have the same record, and Texas beat them head up. Yep. I'm in love with a stripper.
Anyway.
Oh, I missed this. McAfee trolls Bulldog fans on game day.
Oh, really?
Let's see, what are you asking?
Yeah.
He's right. It's right up. Cut the cheese. I do not see McAfee. Oh, he's even doing a little chant to troll him. Hold on.
You gotta think out.
They're like, what?
That is
McAfee!
amazing. Did they boo him or what?
They booed him.
That is
McAfee trolled the
that is
hell.
that is a
He. They're like, yeah, that's us. What bowl are the Jackets going to? Is this typical? Is this a typical tech party?
yeah.
Yeah. Is it not to your liking?
I on Twitter, I guess it was one of these like media people, and they were saying that it was like SEC bowl update, and they were saying that they're trying to get LSU and Notre Dame to play. Would that not be incredible?
Dang.
And then LSU Notre Dame, and then they were saying um, that Auburn is most likely not going to the Gator Bowl because of um, I guess because of they lost to New Mexico State. So they're saying that Tennessee, I think, is going to the Gator Bowl.
Tennessee and North Carolina, I
They
think.
requested to go to the Music City. Yeah, something went down the last time. Which that was
Dang.
the game against Purdue, and it was like their. Do you remember that a couple of years ago? It was like Tennessee versus Purdue. I think it was Heupel's first year,
Mm-mm.
and they lost, but it was like a very controversial like they were mad about the refs or something. But it's like Kentucky's most likely to go to the Mayo Bowl. So that just leaves us or Duke or Boston College maybe to go to the Mayo Bowl. I don't know.
Two
Think
Slot Kings, why don't you just say what you want to say? Where's the women? Is to just say what you want to say. Get it out, and we'll address it. I don't know.
the women.
Yeah, yeah. Not too many women like to sit and watch football, no matter who you root for. That's kind of the bane of a husband's existence. Yeah,
I
I'm
don't like
glad.
women. I don't get it.
That's awesome. That mean I'm not just Georgia fans.
They were like, yeah.
We are drunk and obnoxious. Like, yeah.
I love
He
it.
had them on the tips of his
He
finger
did.
and just dropped the
He did.
hammer. Wreck and Cdogg, hope all is going well, gents. Pulling for Washington to win it all. I lived in Alaska for 6 years and attended a few games in Seattle. That's cool.
Just be interested.
Still kept my Georgia Tech season tickets the entire time. Have I met you? Someone told me this at a game, I want to say. Did you come to the tailgate? Wait, you're the one who we signed the shirt. Okay, yeah, what's going on, man? Brent. Man, Brent Key. The women are out shopping to their heart's desire because tech men can actually afford to have a happy life. Casket. Uh, my wife is watching Little Siblings, but she does watch tech football with me from time to time. She does really like going to the games. Well, she's a good one. Um, I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, last weekend had you sign a shirt for Michelle. Yeah, did she get it, man? Did she enjoy it? I hope she did. Thanks for coming out. Give me Bam. It's him. He's him. Cdogg's up to his old tricks. Penix is left-handed too. I don't like it. They're showing highlights from the game last night. I was so stupid for scheduling that show during that game, but I had committed to it. Because it looked like Washington was going to give it up. Like, Oregon scored with like 2 minutes left or something, or
God, I wish we could have got that onside kick against Georgia.
I know it. Oh no, it was never in contention though. Never in contention. Yeah, in the top above the no, above the microwave. There should be a little bottle that has oil in it. Oh, the salt's in the truck. Because I had to take it to Kelly's. Enough pepper. I'll go get the salt. Cdog's making cheese dip, man, and Velveeta cheese dip and Rotel gets me going.
You know, like the kind of wine.
What now?
The hint of lime. Have you ever had the hint of
Oh,
lime?
dude. Yes, and they're
Well,
fantastic.
I get the hint of jalapeno. And
I love jalapeno.
it's,
You mean jalapeno?
I don't like the hint of lime to be honest, but um,
It's jalapeno. Did you see that Trailer Park Boys?
jalapeno.
Yeah. It's jalapeno, Ricky. It's not jalapeno.
Yeah.
Just give me some jalapeno chips, Bubbles.
Yeah.
God.
I always say instead of salmonella, I say sarsaparilla.
You mentioned Sweden in another live stream, which is funny because my mother is from Sweden and my father and mother's first date in '96 versus Virginia. Oh, at the game? I tell you, like Norway, Sweden. What I mentioned was my senior year we had a Swedish exchange student that for some reason was into me, and she was smoking hot. Um, for some reason, I don't know why everyone in that area of the world is just like beautiful. Like they're all super attractive.
Yeah.
Like if I moved over there, I would like automatically be the ugliest person in Sweden. There's no doubt. What are you cracked up about? Say it. Say it.
I gotta like remind myself that I'm off stream.
Say it.
No. No.
You don't think I could land the Swedish exchange student?
No, I think you. No, I believe you. I believe you. At Georgia Tech,
No, it wasn't at Tech. I was in high school.
oh, in high school. Oh,
Yeah.
well, that makes more sense.
And she just looked at me and said, "Yes, I'll suck them."
Nice.
I was like, "Yeah, okay." I'll tell you the whole story off stream of that. That got pretty crazy actually. She got sent back home for
Well, no, she got
yeah, for something that would if I mentioned on the channel, I'll probably get my channel taken down. Yeah. Josh Pittman with the $5 said, "What's the good word, fellas? To hell with Georgia." Uh, WreckTalk, you could have saved her. All she wanted was a green card. Um, I heard anyway. That wasn't in the cards for her after some events transpired.
I think.
Like the culture in Europe is totally different. Like drinking at like 15 in a bar is like totally cool.
Yeah.
Like she's like, "Why are y'all so uptight?" It's like cuz that's illegal.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that. I mean, we did, but train wreck? No. Absolutely. Well, I it's close, but I wasn't involved with it. Once you start bumping wieners with another dude, you made a wrong turn in Albuquerque somewhere. You need to rethink your decisions that led you on that ride.
Train wreck.
A train.
That's funny. That would be funny for somebody to
Oh, they've got the Undertaker.
what?
No, dude, he just looks like he died. Dude, Taker. You weren't like a big wrestling fan like I was, but I got to talk to Tantor about that because he's like diehard. Even in
Yeah.
today, like most wrestling fans I know are like they don't like it today. Like people that like country music don't like modern country music.
Right.
Big truck, big tits, koozie beer, dusty field. That's every country song that's been written in the last 10 years. European women are ready on night one. And KS says can confirm. Oh yeah, the I just don't know another word for it other than like the promiscuity is much different. Maybe I need to go to Europe to like a place where I wouldn't be the ugliest person. Like my last name is German, so maybe Germany would be a good place. Oh, Thailand. But I feel like I get stabbed in the back somewhere in the jungle trying to get a wiener rub.
But
No, I just like I feel like it's not all that safe over there. Like, oh damn, maybe I might have just stepped into it with fools. I think Germany would be good. The language is pretty tough to listen to. Kind of sounds like someone is always pissed. Ich bin ein Berliner. Say something in German. That sounded like Spanish. I just, I just asked him to say something in German. So that sounded like Spanish. Evidently it was. Yeah, banyo. I was like,
I
yeah.
just forgot how to say, can I go to that, dude?
That ain't no German I ever heard.
I gotta keep an eye on that cheese dip. It's melting fast. I don't want it to burn. Oh, hey, what's up? They're doing the Dr. Pepper uh, scholarship thing where you have to throw the footballs in the big can. Yeah.
Everyone has the same technique. They don't throw it like
Yeah.
normal.
It's Gavin versus Ryan. I remember they did this at the SEC championship in 2019, and Jake Fromm was playing horribly, and Joe Burrow, they were that was the Joe Burrow LSU team, and of course they were just destroying Georgia. And this girl, it was a girl and a guy doing this, and the girl's name was like Mandy or something, and Mandy won. She beat the dude in the scholarship thing, and I was going through comment sections, and the Georgia fans were like, "Can we please get Mandy at quarterback?"
Yep.
That stuff was awesome.
She'd have done just as good as Fromm, bro.
Yeah.
What's he doing now? I mean, he was the emergency COVID quarterback for Buffalo for like a season.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I guess they took a break.
They have a halftime for the.
Yeah, they like took a break and like then they started going again. Ryan, it looks like you lost, bro. Hate to tell you. He knows he's lost too. He's been defeated. Bruh. That's brutal.
Oh, he just quit?
No, he just knows he lost.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, they're in double overtime. Oh, they're in overtime.
Oh crap, dude.
Okay, that's what it was.
This is more entertaining
They're
than
in
the
double.
game.
They're in double over. Okay, they're in double overtime for the. That's crazy. They just pulled up the double overtime rules for this event. I'm surprised they're showing this instead of commercials.
Well, it's got Dr. Pepper everywhere.
That's true. That's true. They showed the. Oh no! So they're doing the alternating like 2-point conversions equivalent.
Oh, first to miss, I guess.
Well, the guy missed, and then the other guy got it, so he won.
Dang. Hate to see it.
Yeah. Congratulations, Gavin.
What does Kangaroo Black say?
It is what it is. It is what it is. I need to make sure this isn't burning.
How happy is he gonna be today?
Oh, dude. It's an extent. For sure. See. This even fat. Usually it's slower. Oh yeah. You have a can opener? No. No.
Oh, I had one, but it didn't work. I had to throw it away like literally 2 days ago.
It's okay. I think we could probably get it with a knife. I think I've done it before. Bro.
No, I'm sorry.
Talking to the cheese.
I wasn't prepared.
Oh, good.
Any can that doesn't have that little pull tab is shit. I am a.
You could do it, didn't I? Sure. Okay. Submission. I've done it all day before. I do need some salt and pepper.
Need what?
Salt and pepper. These kids on the trial. I thought Cody would be here.
That's all right.
We could just
Okay, I'll run it. Yeah.
It tastes very plain. So
Wear your flip flops, but now you go wear.
yeah, if you need to, they're about to fall apart now. Oh. Oh yeah.
All right, there they are. All right, we got to cook some food, fellers. Guys, you cannot just ignore your stream like this. I know.
Sorry, damn.
Beans always. I got to get salt. Wreck is a jelly donut. Oh, yeah. He picked up on Ich bin ein Berliner. Kennedy said in a speech, and he thought it meant I am like of Berlin, but it really means I'm a jelly donut. Yeah, yeah. They're probably like, damn, these Americans. We see why they're so fat.
That's funny.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, well, hang on, stream. I'm coming. You guys should see this cheese dip. Good stuff. So, how you been? You know, how's the kids? I'm talking to you. To you. How's the kids? It looks like the Big 12 champ game is back on. There's a strange sound coming from the kitchen. I hope that that's not concerning. Looks like they're looking at a targeting on Texas, I think. I'm not sure what's going on because how are they looking at a targeting? Oh, it must have been on the kickoff because there's still not enough. There's still 15 minutes on the clock for the quarter, so it must have been on the kickoff that somebody targeted or allegedly targeted. Hopefully, Oklahoma State can come back and make this game a little more interesting, but I am pulling for Texas to. Let's see. After the review. Is they cut away from his mouth. We don't have the sound on. The ruling on the field is what? Okay, it was confirmed. Disqualified for targeting. Damn. Damn. Opening kickoff, somebody gets disqualified for targeting on Texas.
Dang, you need your meat salted?
Yeah, yeah. And pepper.
I'm feeling you're generous with salt. So.
Oh yeah, I put it all that shit on you. I wasn't so generous.
Dang, I'm surprised you got that open.
What?
That can.
Did you salt it or did you
Yeah,
pepper it too?
I didn't pepper it. I thought you already did. He Ewers already has 354 yards passing and 4 touchdowns in the first half. God Almighty.
You're gonna rest him. You're gonna rest him.
Second and 7 for Texas. Rolls out, throws, complete. Going to be about a yard short. Be 3rd and 1. Oklahoma State needs to stop here if they've got any hope. Texas will run it, and they'll pick up first down easy. Getting a little chippy. A little chippy. All right, we're in the 3rd quarter, too.
They were talking about it before the game. Do you remember the Big 12 championship from a couple years ago?
Uh-uh.
It was incredible. It was Baylor versus Oak State. And it ended on like the goal line, and they did like a sweep, and he reached out and to get the pylon and barely missed it.
And that was a game ender?
Yeah.
Wow, on a defensive
Apparently
stop.
that guy's. They were saying like that guy's still on the team for Oklahoma State, and he says that loss like keeps him up at night.
Dang. You know, I'm surprised Gundy hasn't gone anywhere. Like, he's done pretty good at Oklahoma State.
That's like like they fell off bad last season, and it appeared that way this season too. But they got to turn around, you know.
Man, Oklahoma State only rushing 3. Texas will run, pick up a yard or two, about a yard, and be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4 for Texas on their own 29. Flag, probably a false start. I'll back them up 3rd and 9. Yep. Yeah.
Mostly meat. Yeah.
I like Pete. Oh, Texas converts the 3rd and 9. Turn my back for 2 seconds. Before Oregon Washington game, the most said Oregon looked better due to the eye test. Yeah, and they've lost twice to Washington. You can look good and lose. Don't really matter. 1st and 10, no game. Tech knows all about that. Is that what you're gonna say? And lose. Well, like you can kind of have all this eye candy and stuff, but you don't end up winning. And in that case, it's pretty useless. All right. Yeah, man, for sure. 2nd and 9, Texas. They'll run it. Minimal gain, maybe a yard. All right, 3rd and 8 for Texas. That's why college football committee should not use eye test. Yeah, and I also think they shouldn't punish you for having an injured quarterback either, even though they might. I mean, think of Ohio State, like the first ever playoff. They were on their third string quarterback. Sack. Cdogg's talked about converting to terrorism lately. I was like a religion, like converting to Judaism, like you're converting. A good bit. Yeah, I mean Ohio State won the national title with Meyer with their third string quarterback. So you should not punish FSU for injured Jordan Travis. Yeah, but that would have left Ohio State out. And that same team dropped to Virginia Tech the first game of the year. Thanks. I'm, I'm,
Oh, okay. Well, damn. I didn't mean to run off with the chips then. Yeah. There you go. Let's try it. See what it's talking about. Oh, yeah.
are you pleased?
I'm pleased with my performance.
I had no wheat and cheese dip in a while.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, gotta get your tallywhacker ding dong.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to order the hint of jalapeno chips because those they stopped making them here or whatever. You got to import them from Canada.
What?
Yeah.
These are Canadian.
Well, the ones we're eating aren't.
Okay, good. I'm gonna do that Canadian stuff. That's too close to French for me.
Well, it's not really Canadian. It's Tostinos, but they just stopped making it here or whatever. So you got to bring it in from Canada. I don't know why. So I got to order it. You can get it on Amazon, but saying that I'm importing it from Canada makes it sound cooler.
What's the next game? SEC title before?
Yeah. And then we have two games tonight. Thankfully, um,
I'm gonna put these in the oven and warm them.
okay, yeah. Thankfully, the ACC title is the same as the Big Ten title because I have a feeling the Big Ten title is not going to be watchable.
But you have a really good deep.
Everybody's saying that, but we saw them play last year, and Michigan beat them like 40-3. So your defense can only do so much. I mean, we saw this last year, you know.
But I was deep.
I don't know. We need to hire him. Well, we were saying that last night. Like, get their linebackers coach or something.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. I wonder how they'll go. Will they kick Share down to linebackers or will they fire Thacker? I don't know. All right. What do we got? 6 teams for 3 playoff spots. Included Ohio State. They're not getting in. They're not getting in any scenario. They don't deserve it. I mean, that's pretty humiliating for Ohio State to lose. Look, I don't hate Ohio State or anything, but like I know a lot of people do. I don't. But that's pretty humiliating for them to like know Michigan's cheating. So like going into that game, they knew like to change their signs, and they knew that they've been doing that for the past 2 years, and they still lost. It's just sad. I saw it coming too. Like, yep, yep, yep. Yes, sir. Are you streaming all day now? I mean, I don't know. Are you planning on streaming the SEC championship game? 100.
I'll just probably end this stream and start one for that.
Gotcha. I'd say the dip was a success. I haven't made it in a while. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Is anybody else streaming right now?
Is anyone else streaming? Sure they are.
Freaking Russ is streaming a basketball game right now.
Who?
Isn't his name Russ? Tar Heel?
Oh. Yeah. He's one of those basketball fans. We do have to go to a basketball game if we get to go meet Tantor.
Yeah. I'll go.
Well, you need to be more enthusiastic about it, dude. Bringing me down.
I think I've watched one Tech basketball game. But it surprised me like how much I was like cheering for him. I was like, oh yeah! You know?
Score another one.
It's like I was like, wow, I really do want him to win, but still though, like it wasn't anywhere close to
Football.
yeah. Not, not even in the same universe. And it was to Loyola Chicago, and they had like a 90-year-old nun at head coach. You know?
No.
Dude, I don't know what kind of sport this is, but they had like this old lady as a coach on the sidelines, and she was in like a wheelchair, and she looked like a dinosaur, dude. I was so confused, and we lost to them. That was when we made the tournament a couple years ago. I think I streamed it. So
You streamed a basketball game.
I did. I was
Heard it
desperate.
all.
I was desperate. It was off season. Well, it was March, and I needed something to do, man. So
We're jonesing.
I was jonesing. All right, Big 12 champ game's back on. Oak State's got the ball. They hit a screen for a nice gain of 8. Let's see if they can make this comeback, make it a little more interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that as long as Texas wins.
Well, someone made a good point. Like Sark probably wants to blow him out. That gives him the best shot at getting in the playoffs.
Well, here's the thing. If you have 4 undefeateds, Texas is out. The only scenario would be okay to leave Florida State out is if all the other four power conferences were undefeated, but they're not. So
Is there a scenario where Texas wins and Bama wins and Texas is out? If it's not,
well, no. In that case, I think they both get in because then,
Yeah.
well, it depends what Florida State does.
If Florida State loses.
But no matter what, if Alabama wins and Texas wins, Texas should be in over Alabama. I just want to see it so bad. And you know, like, could they really leave the SEC out? I don't know.
I think they should, depending on what happens. Whether they will is a whole other
Assuming
thing.
you know what we were talking about happens, Florida State, Michigan, and Texas and Alabama win. That would be incredible. It would be so funny, man. I would love that. I'd like to see the. I would love to see like the mental gymnastics from the SEC fans.
Oh, they'd be crying like you've never seen before.
If they were left out of the playoffs, that'd be freaking awesome. ACC's only missed the playoffs 1 year, isn't that right? Last year?
Yeah.
Wait. Or was it the year before? Wait. Was it last year and the year before?
It was last year.
So 2 years. Yeah. So it's 2 years now. But Clemson starts sucking, and here comes Florida State. So, I mean, it's not their fault their quarterback went down.
No.
So.
No precious it is.
They got a Kiss commercial on. I freaking love those guys. You show us everything you got. Kiss rocks, dude. Queen sucks.
Dude.
Kiss is the freaking bomb, dude. Baby, baby, that's quite a lot. Bieber. Whatever, dude. Clemson. I don't care what anybody says. I say Clemson. Kiss is the freaking bomb. I don't care what nobody says. Clemson sucks too.
Dude, I'm going ham on the dip.
It's freaking good.
What's the score?
It's still the same.
Clemson made it a couple
I'm
times.
ready for some tendies too.
Okay, they're in the oven.
Uh-oh, here we go again. I had that as my profile picture before. Maybe I should change it.
Do we make another shirt? I still got it.
Yeah, I do too.
We should wear that for the SEC title game.
Yeah.
Who do you guys in the chat want to win the national title? I like Washington.
To win the title?
Yeah.
What do you think about... I think, in all likelihood... So, let's assume Alabama wins. Who gets the 1 seed? Is it Michigan, probably?
Yeah.
So,
Georgia might
in
get
that
3.
case, Washington would play probably Texas, right? That'd be an awesome game. Washington, Texas, and then it would be Florida State and Michigan, right?
Yeah, Florida State wins.
Washington, Texas. Wait, no. It'd be Michigan, Texas. If Michigan was number 1 and Texas was 4, I think it'd be Michigan, Texas, and then Washington and Florida State. And I think Washington would be Florida State. So
Yeah.
I think they'd make it to the Natty.
But then I'd be rooting for Florida State then.
Well, me too. Me too. Now, if Georgia wins, which
Now, does this jackass thinks that sounds good?
Jay Shipes outside?
Jay.
Jay, what are you doing, man? Get out of here. Jay, get out of here, man. Nobody wants to hear that.
I got beatbox on a table louder than that anyway.
But the playoff scenarios are very cool this year. If Georgia wins, I hope Florida State doesn't win because then they would get basically a bye week in the playoffs. Whoever gets Florida State would basically. I mean, you never know, but still, it's like, you know.
Well, I think Washington should be the 1 seed, no matter what. Now
You think so?
they beat a top 5 team twice that was ranked top 5 both times they beat them.
I honestly don't think Michigan should be. I think they should be disqualified from the playoffs for cheating, to be honest, but they're not going to do that. but they should be. You know. So, but they're gonna get in, and that's another thing, which is fine because that's another slot that could possibly keep the SEC out. Now,
That
look, I
would
don't
be
even
great.
have a problem with Bama. I just think it'd be funny. And Bama's got enough titles. They got enough titles.
Second
Now,
2 for Texas. Handing off up to Gut. First down. Yeah, this game's pretty much over.
yeah, 6 to go in the third. I'm getting myself Indy.
Texas 1st and 10. They'll throw 80 Mitchell blown up. He'll take about a 10-yard loss. Wow. Did it?
The box was not. I got some dips too. You like ranch?
Thanks.
No, I got ranch and honey mustard. That's all I get.
There's 2 dips that I eat. Buffalo and Velveeta.
Maybe you can eat your chicken with that.
Flag on the play. This guy looks like Billy the Kid from The Green Mile. That's a rub.
Sure, love that movie.
What makes you think you deserve one of these moon pies? Because I got a big pecker. Just the greatest response you could ever give.
Never seen it, man.
Dude, you disappoint me. Second 19 for Texas. Got time. Complete to 80 Mitchell for
Wow.
a first down. Convert 2nd and 18.
Wow.
Looks like Tech's defense on 3rd and 18. Cody Hankins says, I think if Alabama wins today, they look at Alabama get the win over Georgia. Huh? Well, I can't see because it's stupid.
The heart.
Yeah.
He might have a point. But still, you have the head-to-head over Texas. Or Texas has the head-to-head over you. So, like, how could you possibly?
Yeah. Damn, dude. I mean, eat some honey mustard, dude. I know. 2nd and 10 for Texas. Oh, breaks away, running back. Oh, he tiptoeing down the sideline.
Wow.
They're going to call it a touchdown. This makes me happy for Tashard Choice, too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. I don't think he was touched. Nope.
I'll put some in here in case Cody wants some.
I don't think he stepped out.
I made plenty because I was planning on getting a lot of chicken. So, I need to have some extra. That's him. He's probably here.
I think if Georgia loses, they're definitely out, right?
It
You,
should have been.
you couldn't put him in over Bama.
Well,
You'd have to put them and Bama in, or neither one of them.
right. So, if Florida State loses, I still think Texas would get in over Georgia. Right?
Yeah, because they lost to Bama and they beat Bama.
The only scenario would be Michigan would have to lose to Iowa.
If that happens, then F Harbaugh. 42-14.
Man.
I feel like an idiot. I was like, man, I don't know what's up with this 14-point spread, but
Really?
yeah, I just thought Oklahoma State was better.
You know, I think that a lot of these really good teams, like Washington and Texas, we kind of think less of them because they don't blow everybody out every week.
Mm-hmm.
But like they show up for big games, So,
Dude, you love some root beer.
yep.
I do too.
You?
Yeah, I like root beer.
Oh. You're welcome to. I don't think it's cold yet, though.
I once put one of these in the freezer and I paid for it.
Yeah.
I let it stay frozen in there for like a week before I had the will to clean it out.
Man.
It is what it is. I'm glad that you guys introduced me to Kangaroo Black. That guy's super entertaining.
I love KB. No, I'm gonna go on there if
Hell yeah.
they win. I went on there this offseason.
Now, I know all you Georgia fans are happy about your 2 national titles, but that's about to be history.
You doggone hush puppies. I don't like calling them that though, because I actually really like hush puppies.
I don't, dude. Hush puppies are garbage.
I didn't used to, but I got turned on to them like a couple years ago, man.
It's like just bread and some green stuff.
Green stuff.
Yeah.
No green stuff in hush puppies.
It's like bread and just shit you had left over. Cut it up and I'll throw it in the thing and bake it.
It's not okra. It's hush puppies.
It's got green stuff in it, dude. I'm telling you. Yeah.
No. I don't know what hush puppies you're eating.
Green stuff, dude.
You're thinking of okra.
No, I ain't thinking of okra.
You're thinking of okra.
Talking about green stuff.
There's no green stuff in hush puppies. If there was no green stuff, would you eat them? It's
Mike
like bread.
Gundy.
It's like buttery bread. It's good.
I know what you're talking about. He has the 3rd most Big 12 wins of all time. Wow.
Holy crap. Well, he's been there for a million years. He's a man. He's 50 now.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like in high school.
Yeah.
So he's probably been there almost 20 years.
He's the 2nd or 3rd longest tenured coach in football, I think. Well, Fitzgerald is out, so I think that leaves the longest to be Ferentz.
Oklahoma State going to throw, complete, pick up about 8. Oh, and he fumbles or it's incomplete.
God.
They're calling it incomplete, and that's probably the right call.
They were stoked.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Good evening or good afternoon. What's going on, Vic? Good
What's
to
up?
see you in here.
What's up, Vic?
Stop making fun of Kangaroo Black, a 20-plus year retired Army veteran. We love Kangaroo Black.
Love Kangaroo Black. I love Kangaroo Black. I'm not making fun of him. I didn't know he was a vet either.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
They run like a screen. Man, they're
That's how
about...
you block for a screen.
Yeah, well, that's like a conventional screen. That's why I didn't recognize it at first. I don't even know if it was a screen. It just looked like it.
Yeah, nobody's making fun of Kangaroo Black. We freaking love that guy. We were just saying how much we liked him.
I'll be honest with you. Like, from what I've seen, I put him up there with, like, Jackpot. Like, I think he's that level of entertaining.
Really?
I do.
He is great. I don't know about Jackpot level. I mean, Jackpot's that's like a hard...
Well, Jackpot gets drunk and just loses it, and that's great.
yeah.
Oh, Oklahoma State throwing... Oh.
It's a different type of content for sure, but... No, Kangaroo Black's awesome.
Yeah, he must have retired from the Army then if he was in 20-plus years.
Yeah. He's good at what he does, too. Like, he deleted his channel and started a new one. Like...
Really?
Yeah, like a year or two ago.
What does he have, like 16,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had like 7 on his other channel, deleted it, started over. And grew it that big again. He's cracked.
I know about growing it big.
It is what it is.
Mike Gundy, who are the Bob Stoops and Bill Snyder are the only two coaches that have more wins in the Big 12.
Do you remember when they brought Bob Stoops in to coach the bowl game and he won like last year?
Yeah.
Or the year before? Before they hired Venables? That was crazy. I can't believe they did that.
Hey man, can we just like rent you for a game?
That's so crazy shit. They brought his ass in.
What was that?
What the hell? Isn't he like he's like involved in their program still, right? It's like
I think so. The Oklahoma, they love those Stoopses somewhere around.
Yeah.
Them.
How about Texas A&M too? They were about to hire Mark Stoops, and then
I know, and then they said, "We need to talk to you about that offer."
it's because there's a fan outcry, and they listened to him.
Which happened at Tech too, with Fritz.
That didn't happen.
They were going to hire Fritz.
They were going to hire Fritz. They didn't listen to the fans though.
They listened to the alumni.
What it was they didn't want to wait on him to finish the bowl game. They wanted him now because signing day was coming up.
Well, it worked out. I'm glad
it did, but
Fritz.
it pisses me off, dude. I sent this in the chat the other day. I'm freaking tired of people saying that we missed out on Fritz.
Pate's the biggest pusher.
Pate is pissing me off with that, dude. Why does he keep saying that, man? It's like just because he's good at Tulane, doesn't mean he's a good fit for anywhere else.
Well, they're not going to give Key his due. Like, let's say Key made it to the ACC title game this year. They'd say he's not going to be able to sustain that.
Yeah.
Like they'd move the goalpost.
I don't know what his problem is with Georgia Tech. It seriously pisses me off though.
Texas running up the gut. Yeah, I imagine they're just going to keep running, eat the clock out the rest of the game.
I'm ready for some new football.
I know. We need this SEC championship. Okay, playoff predictor. If FSU wins, they give them a 43% chance of getting in. If FSU loses, speaking of Texas has an 88% chance of getting in. If FSU loses, what scenario does Texas not get in? If Georgia wins...
If FSU loses, what do they not get in?
Yeah, well, Georgia would have to win, I guess. Michigan have to win. Ooh.
No, I don't think they get in in that scenario.
See, like, I'll be honest with you, Vic and Mayhem have been higher on Tech than a lot of Tech fans.
And they know what they're.
But a lot of Tech fans weren't even as high.
Yeah. Well, most had us go into a bowl game, right? I don't think I would say most had us go into a bowl game.
I don't know. Vic says Brent was Key higher. I think you meant like Brent was the right hire. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just tired of people saying we should have hired Willie Fritz is 63, and it took him 7 years to build Tulane to what it was.
Willie Fritz was on the Titanic when it sank and survived.
He was around. He was around when people died of diarrhea.
Yeah.
He survived.
His brother died of dysentery.
Yeah.
right after the Civil War ended.
Yeah. So it's like, if he...
I'm sorry. He was at Appomattox Courthouse taking pictures when Lee surrendered to Grant.
Yeah. And, like, it took him 7 years to build Tulane from nothing to that. And it's like, Tech, if he would have came in, all our players would have transferred out. And he would have had to start from literally nothing. And it would have taken him probably about as long here. And he would have been 70 by the time we were any good.
Well, and look at everyone who needed a coach this year. Did any of them hire Willie Fritz?
No.
So Tech obviously isn't the only one that feels that way.
Now they're saying Duke should. I don't know if Duke should either. I mean, maybe because they're good now. But
you know who I might look at if I was Duke? Buster.
Clawson. Buster, huh?
Yeah. He'd be an up-and-comer like Elko was.
If I'm anywhere, I'm looking at Clawson.
I don't know if they can pull Clawson from Wake. Is
Yeah.
Duke football any,
I don't know.
why would he go to Duke?
I don't know.
Stan Garner's absolutely right, though. Pate doesn't like Tech because they fired his best friend Jeff. That's 100%.
That's exactly right. And you can tell, what pisses me off about him is you can tell that he doesn't really know a lot about Georgia Tech. And
he knows what Jeff told him about
yes,
Tech.
exactly. That's the only information he knows about us. And then the problem is he speaks with such confidence that it comes off as just pretentious and
Well, he speaks with confidence and he plays keep away with you. So he'll be like, there's things I can't talk about. Things that happen with Jeff. And it's like, well, just say it or shut up.
That's what happened to me. I made a video about this in the offseason and he saw it and commented on it.
That is true.
And I addressed every point that he made in that video. And he said that I was misrepresenting his argument.
But never said what specifically you misrepresented.
And I never thought he would see it either.
That is kind of cool.
It was cool. And look, I don't hate Josh Bader. I'm not a fan. I mean, it's just like any other. It's just like any other beef. Like I beef with Uncle Lou because he's a Georgia fan and we talk trash, but that doesn't mean I don't like him. I still like Late Kick and I like Josh Pate, but like a lot of the things he says really pisses me off because he doesn't know what he's talking about and he speaks as if he does. When it comes to Georgia Tech.
Josh Pate is like a huge college football
Josh
YouTube
Pate
channel.
runs literally the biggest college football podcast or show in
like
in
a
the
250,000 subs.
in the country. Yeah, he has the biggest podcast in the country.
Well, it irritates me that he's so wrong about Tech. Like when we beat Miami and he didn't have a choice but to talk.
Oh my God, they have this rule on the show that they self-impose where they talk about winners first, is what they say. So. I mean, so whenever there's a big game, they'll talk about the winner first, and then they'll talk about what it means to the loser and kind of what that means for their season or program or whatever. And when we beat Miami, of course, they were undefeated, so he had to address it. And, it was like pulling teeth. He was like, all credit to Brent Key and to the staff, and they put themselves in that position to win. And he was like, okay, now that that's out of the way.
Well, he said, okay, now I've done my duty.
I've done my obligation, yeah. And it's like, why have that rule if you're just going to, that was pathetic. Like, why even have that rule? Why even bother?
I don't even care about the rule. Give the man his due. That was like his third road conference 3-touchdown underdog win.
It was probable. It's not an accident if it keeps happening.
He's done it 4 times now.
Yes, it's not. It keeps happening. That means something.
Twice he's beaten North Carolina, being 3 touchdown underdogs. His first game ever as a head coach
on the road against 24 Pittsburgh, who finished ranked too last year. They finished ranked. They weren't just ranked at the time.
Yep.
And North Carolina, who also finished ranked, and
who won the division, by the way.
Yep. And it's like...
And not a single word from Josh Pate about it. Not a single word.
I've heard him say once, they're not a bad team. He took us to cover on a game against Ole Miss, and he said they're not a bad team. But that's it.
What's y'all's score prediction for the SEC championship?
Score prediction? I don't know. I don't really like doing score predictions. I don't really see the point, but people like them, so.
I haven't watched enough Bama to really feel like I'm not pulling this out of my ass. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. It'll probably be like 34-28. I just pulled that out of my ass. Bama, of course.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game. I think you're right. I think Bama's going to be able to score points, and I hate saying anything good about Georgia. I think they got a pretty good offense. So, yeah.
We did not struggle against their offense much.
Maybe.
Oh, it was vanilla. But didn't they put leaf liquor on them?
Well, that's what one guy brought up. They can't. First of all, they do have a vanilla offense. They do. And I don't fault them for that. Because they have so much talent, you don't have to be ultra creative or risky. That's what Bama did forever. 27-24 Bama. I'll say, 31-28.
That's about what I think.
I just had
I wouldn't be
to.
surprised one iota if Bama kicked their ass just like they did 2 years ago. Wouldn't be surprised. Georgia's they're not used to it, man.
Was it you who sent me Clat basically saying like they've had the most Mickey Mouse run?
Yeah, and they have. I don't. This might be what you're talking about. I'm not sure. They have literally out of all of FBS the least travel. They've traveled the least distance, and they say, "Oh, that doesn't matter. It's 21st century. It matters.
Well,
It matters."
Vic, you would know. Vic
And
says they win 31-20. Um, I think the furthest they've traveled this year is Knoxville.
oh, look at that! That thing's freaking stick, isn't it?
Yeah, I made that.
I love that thing.
I made that.
Oh, you did? Good job.
Cdogg made this really awesome Georgia Tech like etched coaster for me. Man, Texas throwing bombs up 42-14. Wow. Is that right, Vic? Is Knoxville the furthest y'all have traveled this year? Because that Nashville's closer. I think you went to Vandy. Auburn is not far. Obviously, Tech isn't far. Georgia has not beat Bama in the SEC championship. That is true. It's an interesting stat. And I didn't even think of that. We traveled a lot more on even years. Oh, so your schedule, like your away games, just tend to fall heavier travel on one year than the other. Kind of makes sense. Cody Hankins, it looks like he's a Bama fan. It looks like you have a Bama
Well,
player. Um, Nashville is the furthest we've traveled. I'm pretty sure Knoxville's further than
yeah, and they play
Nashville.
like shit.
I could be wrong though. Vic's pretty smart.
Yeah,
He might be.
Missouri.
Yeah. Now, but Cody Hankins brings up a good point, which I wasn't even aware of until like this week. Georgia has not beat Bama in the SEC championship
Yeah.
ever. They're 0-3.
They got over some kind of hump because they beat a depleted Bama team. They're not. Okay. Saban still owns that ass. And I think that he's going to remind everybody why he's the greatest. He's had to listen to the Kirby show for the past 2 years. You don't think that he's going to pour it on if he can? On an undefeated Georgia? I think a lot of dog fans are in for a rude awakening. A rude awakening.
Um, to answer your question, B Bean, can you get a tobacco sponsorship on YouTube?
I don't know.
Probably not. Longhorn straight is what I dip, and that's because it's the cheapest. It's not the cheapest, but Grizzly straight is like $7 a can some places, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, Pyron posted that.
I saw
He
that.
gets it.
She knows.
You get it.
On a special occasion, I might get some Grizzly. Let that gas station attendant bend me over on the cash register there. And now they know. Like I told them, you need to keep this stock because I'm going to buy about 15 at a time. I think you were with me. You were with me. I went into the quick trip
yeah.
and I said, I want Longhorn straight. And they said, well, just one can? I said, as many as you have.
Yeah.
And they gave me everything they
Nice.
had. I fear what you heard is I want a lot of Longhorn straight.
What I said was,
all the Longhorn straight you have.
no, that's not what I'm saying. That's a TV show.
Well, I hope you are watching, Cdogg. Mayhem Matthew calling you out, dude.
What do you want, man, Matthew? Biggest clown on the internet. What do you want?
Have you seen that guy that's like on TikTok that people will do like these life hacks and he'll be like, "No way."
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that guy.
I don't know. That's what man Matthew just. No way, dude.
What did
What
he
do you
say?
want?
What did he say? I'm sure that he doesn't believe that they're gonna lose. Well,
He says in the playoffs. Well, you got to play. Oh, hold on. There's a comment that I didn't read. If UGA wins, the excuse will be Saban was told to lose the game to have SEC rep. Where are you getting that from?
what?
He says if UGA wins, people will make the excuse Saban was told to lose the game to have SEC representation.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That nobody would say that.
That's UGA fans like to straw man everybody.
Yeah.
So like they think of the stupidest argument that someone could come up with, and then they'll be like, "That's your argument, and it's
That's
stupid."
something I've seen it all after this after last week's game.
But you know what, Mayhem? It's funny you bring up excuses because if Georgia loses, I guarantee you they will bitch about the refs. They will say there's some conspiracy by the NCAA to keep them from three-peating. I mean, it'll be all over the internet. Now, why do I say that? Well, because I have like 200 comments worth of it when you won.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And to Mayhem's credit, he did not say that.
No.
But I have to address the hundreds of people that did.
Yeah. The idiots that comment, they're hard to ignore. And I know that like the guys that we talk to on YouTube don't particularly do that. But
I haven't seen any Georgia YouTubers
yeah.
say that.
But it's hard to ignore when you have touchdown Tim type comments in your comment section of people making all these excuses. It's unbelievable. So roll Tide, man.
I said
I hope
you
they
didn't
kick
say
their
that.
ass today.
I said you didn't say that, dude. But it's the only time, like, I don't know if you were watching the post game Mayhem. I lost my shit on the post game because that's the first thing y'all brought up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is this?
They're soft, man. They're soft. They can't handle it when their team doesn't play well. They're soft. Or gets beat, They just can't admit it. They can't handle it.
If Bama wins, Bama needs to get help in the playoffs. That's true.
That's true.
That's 100% true.
That's why it'd be funny. I hope they do. I hope the SEC gets left out.
What I think you meant to say, Mayhem, is you're afraid Georgia will lose and the SEC is left out. I think that's what's embedded in your comment.
Well, that time is good.
Don't you think that?
Huh.
What's embedded in his comment is he's afraid Georgia will lose and the SEC gets left out.
I think it'd be funny. Look, it's not a big deal if the SEC gets left out for 1 year. Y'all chill. It'd just be funny. You'll never get left out again once the playoff expands. So,
well, never's a long time.
well, they're guaranteed a spot. They have auto bids, so you know what I mean.
Was the SEC get like 4 auto bids?
Yeah.
Is that how they rigged that up?
Yeah.
Dude, Texas is going for the jugular, dude. They're like
they
throwing
should.
Hail Marys.
They should. That's
No,
how you
they-
gotta. That's how you gotta be. You can't get complacent. I'm glad they are, and they got Quinn Ewers in there still. Wow, I thought they'd take him out. I thought he got shook up a minute ago.
Uncle Lou also made fun of Cdogg buying hats of UGA opponents. Well, I mean,
Everybody does that.
is what it is.
It is what it is. Old Reliable today.
Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan.
Give me Alabama.
They're all like, oh.
That's awesome.
They sounded like Tim the Toolman Taylor. Woo!
Right?
Oh, here we go. I've been through some tough losses.
You have not.
if you haven't gotten beat 42-0 by Ole Miss or beat by Bowling Green or lose to the Citadel,
You don't know what pain is. You just don't. So stop pretending like you do. Winning 10 wins a season is not a hard thing. Going 6-6 is not going through tough times or
They
tough
didn't go
losses.
6-6. They won 7 games.
Yeah, I'm
Herbert
just
in
saying like
2016.
Ray Goff or something. They're
Uh,
like, oh, Goff.
well, Mayhem wasn't watching
I
those
know he was
games.
then, so don't even give me that crap.
Texas
You're like
just
my age.
brought it in.
Yeah.
Now, Mayhem, to be fair to you, I know what you're saying, and that is the right attitude. He's basically saying, if we lose, like, I'm still rooting for him. We'll start another streak. Like,
One,
that's,
but unfortunately for you, your entire fan base will be gone.
yeah,
And
you'll be a lone wolf on
yeah,
YouTube.
and it's not even saying anything like, "Oh no, you lost the SEC championship, you poor guy." That's not even saying anything.
Vic says I've made
So
fun of Cdogg's hat collection too. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong
everybody's
with
made fun
that.
of that.
Like, neither one of us have a problem with that. It's
Yeah.
the excuse making, bitching, and whining
Yeah.
that
I
I
mean, I
don't
don't really. I
understand.
mean, it's all football trash talk. I mean, I'm not actually mad. I'm just gonna talk trash. I haven't done the hats this year though because the ghost of college football told me not to. It's causing them to win, but I'm getting suspicious because they keep winning.
Texas is making a pretty good case right now that they need to be in the playoffs, though.
Yes.
Do you think Matthew McConaughey is happy?
All right, all right, all
I was rooting for Texas
right.
way before they made the playoffs. That was more Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Big lemon titties.
Hey, are you here? Okay, so come in. Which way did you come from?
Whoa. Michigan, Washington, Texas, Bama in the playoffs? Well, if you're saying if Bama wins, Texas and Bama go? There's so many things to consider with this. Yeah, that's what we agreed on to start the show. Ooh. Discount UGA merchandise on sale tomorrow. There are no bigger Louisville fans than Texas fans. Oh, yeah. If Florida State loses, that kind of automatically puts Texas in, doesn't it? That would mean the winner of Georgia or Alabama go, and Texas is in, right? I think so. I think so. Poor African kids are gonna think UGA is actually good this year. Oh, you're talking about like they print shirts for the winner and loser of a conference or national title, and then they gift those shirts to like poor countries. I see what you're saying, Matthew. I will say this: getting your heart broke by Bama in 2018 was tough. I had one of my best friends from high school went to Georgia, and he called me crying. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know that I can say I would be any different if Tech was in their stead. What was it, 3rd and 22 or something they scored on? 2nd and 26. But here's the thing: we haven't sniffed a playoff or national title appearance since 1990, so I'm not really all that compassionate to it. I mean, you could still trash talk and say you're better than every team but one in the country. I guess the closest I've come to that is the Falcons in the Super Bowl with the Patriots, where we just had to kick a field goal to win it, and we take a sack. Yeah, that was when the narrative was Georgia just couldn't win the big one. That was the narrative with Mark Richt the entire time, and then y'all fired him. And it was starting to look that way for Kirby until 2021. Georgia Tech isn't supposed to, though? What do you mean supposed to? Is your argument that only like Georgia and two other teams are supposed to ever make a national title? That's kind of the entitledness I'm talking about. Yeah, you kind of undid everything with those comments. So that's exactly what you're saying. Only like Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, LSU, Bama, they're the only ones that are ever supposed to be good. It wasn't mean. I just think it was dumb. No one knows what the future holds, my little friend. Oh man, I'm ready for this game to be over. We can get to the SEC title game. I mean, was TCU not supposed to do what they did either, I guess? Was Ohio State not supposed to win it with when they had their third string quarterback starting in the first playoff ever? I guess I don't understand what you mean by supposed to. I don't really give a shit about what's supposed to happen. I care about what does happen. 8:58 to go in the fourth. Oh man, Oklahoma State can't do anything right. Incomplete. I hate typing. Can't get my point across. This is an asymmetric conversation. It is what it is. Yeah, that's incomplete. Yeah, I'm gonna end this stream and I'll start another stream for that. Time is it? About 3:20. So we got about 40 minutes till the SEC title. I saw tickets. TCU has always been good at football. What are you talking about? Are they good now? TCU always was always in the BCS bowls back in the day. So was Tech, but somehow they're not supposed to be competitive. Louisville wasn't supposed to be good, in my opinion, this year, but they were. So it doesn't really matter what I thought they were supposed to do. 3rd and 2 for Oak State. Play fake, throw the flat, short. Lost a yard. You love the touchdown Tim shirt? Yeah, he's to his credit, man. Yeah, they can. If your argument is it's not possible, I mean, think of a 12-team playoff when they had Franklin. You don't think they couldn't make a run? I don't like unintentionally. I don't think you realize what you're really saying is only 4 teams should ever compete every year, and it's the same 4 teams. You locked yourself out. It's not locked, dude. What are you doing? What's going on, man?
I don't know.
After no one got me a touchdown, it's gonna be third.
You're not cool.
You didn't get the memo?
No, man.
Damn.
I left out.
You didn't get the memo.
Here.
You're common. Appreciate it.
Take it. Wherever, don't matter. Got dip, chickens.
Nice place.
Oh, appreciate it.
That's sick. That's
You missed a good conversation with Mayhem.
And then?
He's basically saying, well, Tech it never supposed to make a natty or something.
What?
And I was like, well, I mean, I guess TCU wasn't supposed to do what they did. He's like, yeah, but they were a perennial bowl team back in the day. Like, yeah, well, so was Tech, dude. 0. Casket. Not just 4 teams. That's why we're expanding. I believe this year has like 10 playoff teams, but only 4 can go this year. I'm excited about the expansion. Me and Cdogg don't agree.
We've already seen the playoff games. We're gonna see those exciting matchups in bowls that you want to see. Like we're gonna see Ohio State versus Georgia or something in a bowl in the New Year's Six bowl.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see,
I guess it's just moving on. They'll have a chance to advance.
We've already seen a playoff game in Ohio State versus Michigan.
Is that Tech swag?
Yeah.
It
was mine that they
So, yeah, so we're, what do you need? What do you need?
Nothing. I was just giving that to him.
Oh, okay.
Like we've already seen Ohio State versus Michigan is basically a playoff game. Josh Pate said something the other day that made me sick. He was saying it's very possible that we see, now that they're getting rid of divisions, we see the Ohio State versus Michigan 3 times in a year. We could see them play in the regular season. Then if they're both undefeated, turn around and play in the Big Ten Championship. Then they could meet again in the playoffs. Who wants to see that?
Wait a second. How could that be undefeated the second time they play?
They're not. They're not. I'm saying if they're both undefeated going into the game and they're the best 2 teams in the comp, like they've both beat Penn State or something. Like there's no.
Well, then whoever loses the Big Ten could just be.
No, they'll make the playoffs, and then they could meet again in the playoffs. Like, who wants to see that, dude? I don't like it at all. Oh, there you go. You did it.
Oak State did something good.
We're gonna win, bro.
Just come back.
Vic says there'll be less players opting out of the 12-team playoff. I don't know if that's true or not.
That's literally the only.
Because there's been players that have opted out on playoff teams with the 4-team playoffs.
Yep. So, especially when you get to the second round. Now, look, the first round will be exciting. The second round will be a bloodbath because that's when the top 4 actual playoff teams come in. In any given year, there's really not more than 4 that can win an Natty. I mean, Ohio State, like they had their chance, they lost. You know,
if they play Michigan again, they'd probably lose.
Texas, if they get left out, they had their chance against Oklahoma. They freaking blew it. You know. It's like, don't lose. Oregon's had 2 chances.
Oh.
They did it.
All right. Oklahoma State has scored for the first time since the first quarter, I think. Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend. I think you need a new one. I'm singing to you.
Thanks, bud.
You're welcome, dude. I just feel like it wasn't appreciated.
I hear you.
Golly, dude. What a snooze fest of a game.
Yeah, this sucks.
Well, say that.
It was like a funeral, man. It was bad.
Sad.
I feel bad for him, but Texas is just a really good team.
Yeah.
Oh, is Cdogg's brother sitting next to him? Yeah, that is Cdogg's brother. There should be a period before the transfer portal opens up for schools to retain players under contract to eliminate most of the poaching of players as much as possible. I do think there needs to be contracts.
Please.
I think you just solve it with contracts. You sign a contract to a certain amount of time with a school, and if you leave before that, you have to pay a penalty, or the school that gets you has to pay a penalty to the school that they're getting you from.
That'd be awesome. Because I can't stand Lane freaking Kiffin stealing all our players. It's pissing me off.
It would not surprise me if Kyle Kennard goes to Ole Miss.
That would really, really piss me off.
Would not surprise me at all.
I'm so tired of him, man.
Tell him Lane stealing.
Touchdown Tim special right there.
Touchdown Tim taught me how well.
He literally lives rent free in my head.
I'm just so entertained by him.
Me too. I think about touchdown Tim when I go to sleep.
Yeah.
When I lay my little head down to go to sleep, I'm thinking about touchdown Tim.
I'm glad Georgia Tech made a bowl this year. Makes me look good because I said Georgia Tech could win 8 games this year. Gonna have to thank Mario for not taking a knee though. It is poetic that we made that bet with Slim, and if that didn't happen, he would not have to pay us. He's in the chat. Players prefer Ole Miss academics to Tech. Okay. Sound like a Georgia fan in here. Oh, if what you're saying is they're easier, then yeah, I could see that. I think that is what you're saying.
I gotta send a touchdown with their shirts and.
Oh, we gotta get back. Dude, I didn't realize that my back. What are you doing? We gotta get free and ask.
Timmy.
Oh,
Three in between you almost.
Oh,
there you go.
awesome.
Post that on Twitter, dude. Say, where's Timmy Claus?
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I'm sorry, BB, and I had like a Georgia fan commented and said that Georgia's academics are better than Tech's, and it's not even close.
Come on, dude.
So, I was kind of the well was poisoned when you left that comment.
Yeah, and then they claim that we brag about academics. It's like
Neither one of us brought that up at all leading into the game. But who did?
They did all the time, man.
It's bizarre.
He needs 314 yards to break Trevor Lawrence's record.
Who?
Philo.
Does he have another game to play?
Russell Johnson's talking like it is.
No, that's not Cdogg's brother, dude.
That fat retard is not my freaking brother, dude. Give me a break.
Dan, did you gonna let him talk to you that way?
Yes.
We always talk to him that way. My wife gets all mad at me. She's like, "Y'all are so mean to Cody."
I do like your Blockbuster socks. That's legit.
Oh, nice.
Dude, Blockbuster was a happening Friday night when I was growing up. Go to Blockbuster, rent you a game. That was it. Could be worse. Clemson is trending in the wrong direction. I'll tell you what, if they lose 4 games or more next year, it's going to be rough. Looks like Texas has their backups in, or they've got another quarterback in. Blockbuster Movie Gallery. Mayhem, are you old enough to know about Blockbuster? Blockbuster helped bring down Enron, by the way. They signed a deal with Enron. Yeah. Enron had this thing passed by not the conference SEC, but the Security Exchange Commission called mark to market accounting, which is where they could just claim a deal was whatever they said it was. So they said we did this broadband deal with Blockbuster. We think it'll make 300 million. We're going to put it on our books, and it lost like 150 million. What will UGA fans' excuse be this week? I laid it out. The refs, NCAA conspiracy, Saban. Saban had the refs in his pocket.
Get a load of this. Georgia State loses to fucking KSU.
How embarrassing.
They put it upside down too.
Where's G Shitty at?
Well, that's basketball.
Basketball.
Basketball school.
Basketball. When you don't play each other in football, you gotta look at basketball. Okay.
I told y'all.
I'm not that young.
We're not
I'm
a basketball
25.
School. We're a
Clearly.
We're a beach volleyball school.
Beach volleyball. There's no beach in Atlanta.
Last Blockbuster store closed recently. Wasn't it in Missouri or Kansas? It was somewhere in the Midwest.
Uh oh, here we go.
See, they tried to make a TV show.
Betting.
It was terrible.
No.
Touchdown Tim here says betting advice for the ACC championship tonight. Bet on FSU to win and cover the spread. FSU -1. I will be rooting against them, but from a betting point of view, Louisville is nicknamed Elville for a reason. Soft losers who will get run over by FSU's RB no matter which bum QB plays. God damn. You heard it here first, guys. Bet FSU to cover. I picked Louisville to win. Elville.
It was in Oregon. Man, Oregon's losing everything. They're losing the Pac-12 title game. They're losing the last Blockbuster. Dang. All right, only 3 minutes, 47 seconds left in this game, thank God. And Texas is still throwing. And run out of bounds. I mean, the clock still rolls, but I've had to get used to that this year. And this is the first year.
Clock's running with the out of bounds?
Yeah,
It's like NFL rules. Like, it stops.
Clock stops?
It doesn't.
It keeps rolling until you get into
They
the
did
2
it so they
minute
can show
warning.
more commercials. It infuriates me. I don't know. Don't even get me started. It's awful.
So once you get inside 2 minutes, then when you go out of bounds, the clock will stop.
Hates college football.
Why?
Because they were saying some fans deserve it. Commercial sucks.
Dude, their commercials are great.
No, Fansville sucks.
I love it, dude.
You like
The conference realignment commercial where
you like Funnyville?
him and his girlfriend like
Yeah.
are leaving conferences.
You
I
like
still
my
hate you.
My wife thinks they're funny, dude.
They are funny,
They're
dude.
not. They're not.
You don't know funny, dude. You probably don't think like Chappelle's funny or something.
I like Chappelle.
You probably haven't seen Black Sheep or no movie that he's ever been in either. Have you seen Tommy Boy? God almighty, dude.
Sorry, man.
You haven't seen Tommy Boy?
You know I haven't seen Tommy Boy. Dude. I've
Fat
never
guy
heard
in
of
a
it.
little coat.
I've never even heard of it.
You've never even heard of Tommy
No.
Boy?
You know I don't watch movies. We've been through this.
But you keep surprising me.
I've
with
never
like,
seen Die Hard, dude. It's like,
You never seen Die Hard?
no. I've never seen Die Hard.
Top-rated Christmas movie?
No, I haven't.
And as a tech guy, you should see that because Snape is the villain in it. From Harry Potter, which you
I've
probably
never
never
seen I'm not watching that shit either.
Dude, Harry Potter's great. I will Avada Kedavra somebody like no one's business. Vic's never seen Tommy Boy.
Christian's been to the Harry Potter world at Universal.
Alan Rickman, that's right.
Oh, here
Which
goes
UGA
Conklin.
fan will go full touchdown Tim after Bama wins? 90% of them. You can just literally throw a dart at Twitter, and wherever it lands, that you'll have a touchdown Tim UGA fan comment.
I've got a group chat. Can't wait to watch it.
Oh, I'll tell you how bad it is. If they're like down 10 points at half,
Even if they're up by like 10 points at half, they're like, oh, this is not good. Oh no.
but if they're like down 10 points at half, you go in their Facebook groups, they'll be like, "I'm not watching this shit anymore. I can't do it, dude. We suck." I mean, you've never seen Goodfellas. What?
So Oregon fans all upset.
We know that feeling.
Touchdown Tim's on their ass. He says all we do is choke. Same Oregon fans who cheered when their two-time Pac-12 championship coach left them. Man,
And then he goes,
does he like Mario Cristobal or not? I'm trying to figure it out.
dude, he's a double agent. He's a double agent. Cdogg was busy watching the Twilight Saga, so he missed time.
I've never seen Twilight either. Shut up.
I saw Twilight just because, like, my girl at the time made me watch it.
Yeah.
The first one is.
I was like, what is good about this? It's just a girl that looks like she has to shit for an hour and a half, and her boyfriend looks the same. And he almost kills her by sucking all her blood out.
Yeah.
That ain't your dig.
I'm so
All right.
It's
Tech-
over.
Texas will win 49-21.
Yeah.
All right. Thank God that is over. So, step 2 of the SEC being left out is complete. Step 3 is what?
Is an Alabama win right now?
Alabama wins.
In about 20 minutes.
Step 4, FSU wins.
FSU win.
All right.
And Michigan.
And Michigan. So there's 5 steps. We've got 40% of them complete.
I just don't get it. I might go bet on that game right now because what's the spread? Michigan's gonna
24.
destroy them. Dude.
It's 24 points.
Last year they played the same game. It's 24.
Yeah.
I might chill.
Can anyone explain Sark's hairdo? He has like a weird faux hawk horn.
It's pretty bad. A horn.
What is that?
I don't know. That's pretty bad. He knows what he's doing though. I'm gonna just trust him.
Terrible hair equals good coach.
I'm gonna just trust him. Look, he shaved his mullet. They said ever since he shaved his mullet, he's been like a new man. Which is just funny.
That looks like his daughter, who's like 10, did his hair this morning.
Yeah, but he legitimately looked homeless when he had the mullet and the beard. Like his beard was all long. And
I mean, when he was like an alcoholic at
Yeah.
USC, showing up to practice drunk as hell.
I'm not.
Oh, I'm talking about Sark, dude. His hair's all messed up
It's
looking.
bad. I thought you were talking about yours, which his isn't much better. But when he had the mullet,
Oh, he's pulling a key.
he's pulling the key. What did he say? Once again.
Yeah,
Cringe.
it was tech-like.
That's like-
It was tech-like. All right, guys, we're gonna take a break. We'll start up. I'll start up another stream to do the SEC title game. We'll see y'all about 20 minutes.